Welcome to sideB, motherfuckers.
Welcome to sideB, motherfuckers.
Hey, one goal, one thing, one move, man, that shit don't change. It's certain real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do. Hey, there's only one goal, one thing, one move, man, that shit don't change. And it's certain real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do real fucking things. Alright, I'ma keep it general just like the army. Most real niggas know most niggas phony. Your shadow got your back, huh? Just like your homie. That's why shady niggas will harm thee. Just ask Caesar. Brutus got him and caught him before his last breather. If that don't make you believers, then you'll learn. Honesty is a quality that will burn, but it's cool. And trust is a quality you will earn. You a fool if you think you learn all of the rules. Imitating imitation and they calling it cool. I know a little bit, but go ahead and call me a fool. While you sprinkle sugar on shit and you calling it food. See, I'm just trying to groove and you standing on the wall with your hands on your balls, making crab claws move. Trying to bonk at a dog, but I don't bonk. I just fall back till you think you winning, but you lost in the beginning.
I got into a fight yesterday, son. Which is not, it's common because I work at a bar. But every time it happens, it's still like, fuck, I got into a fight. Who wants to do that for a living besides boxers?
I mean, at least you're a bouncer, so it's like, I don't want you to get into fights, but knowing that you're a bouncer and there's something based off of something dealing with your job is better than my grown-ass friend telling me out the blue, y'all just had a fight the other day.
I mean, yeah.
I'd be like, damn, nigga, what the fuck y'all usually fighting, nigga? We too old for that now.
When you grow up, nigga, what, he threaten your life or something?
Yeah, if you threaten your life and you and yours, hell yeah, whoop that ass. But if you tell me, you know what I mean, it was a nigga moment on Boondocks, you brought, you know what I mean, it was just some stupid shit. Yeah, I'd be like, nah, bro, we too old for that now, dog. Yes. But you a bouncer at some point. It's kind of gonna come.
But these niggas make it feel like it's a roadhouse.
What?
You ever seen Roadhouse?
Hell yeah, Patrick Swayze.
You seen that, Martin?
That's old school.
Yeah, that's how niggas be in there, motherfucker. You gotta come in, I gotta roundhouse niggas to get their mind right. What a way to go out on my last weekend.
Blaze.
Nigga fighting and shit, dog. Nigga pushed me to the edge. I was trying not to lose my head.
I knew you was gonna fucking say that. I knew you were gonna fucking say that. You corny ass motherfucker.
You knew I was gonna come with it, though. You knew it. I had real talk until I said close to the edge. I was like, I think I know what's coming next. But man, you know, I don't know. I was not happy about it. Fighting at the fucking club, bro. That's why I ain't doing no more service jobs no more, dog. I ain't about to be no bouncer, no doorman, or none of that shit no more.
You come with 4 or 5 hoes, down to fight anything straight I do.
It's like niggas really like fighting security, dog. Nigga, I remember on Move, bitch, they was like, beat the shit out of the security for stopping the fight. I was like, why? Why are you doing that?
You only thought that now that you're the security. When that shit was a hit, you want to think about that. My son is security dog. Like, oh, why would you want to do that?
Nigga, be stopping the fight.
We're trying to be positive and help.
And y'all niggas telling me, nah, man, fuck that.
Fuck security too.
Like niggas love to fight security. I just never understood it. You know what I'm saying? I probably was rapping that song hard up.
We all were. We didn't know it when it came out. We weren't even going to clubs and shit when you think about it. To even be dealing with security.
But I just think that I think it's fucked up niggas got that mentality. They trying to beat up the niggas that's protecting everybody in the club. It's like, nigga, what? I don't know, dog. I just know I'm done with that shit. I ain't fighting no more, dog. I ain't got the time. I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the heart for that shit no more. I was telling D, man, next time I fight, I'm gonna be a boxer. Get paid to fight a big one, man. I ain't got time to be fighting for pennies. Fighting for another nigga establishment. You know? Last night, I just fought for pure out of temper and anger because nigga pushed me to the edge. But still.
Hell.
Okay, so what made you fight then? You keep on talking around this shit.
Man, this nigga I put out the club. after the third time I put him out, he just started verbally coming after me and was like coming inside the door, screaming like how you gonna fuck me up and knock every curl loose out my head.
Oh, so he just was on it towards you.
Yeah, he was on it, yeah.
He just wanted it.
Yeah, he was on it, dog. He was on it. He was on it so much that when I talked to my boss about it, they was like, no, you was good yourself. Because there's people, a lot of customers at the boss said they would have left that table way earlier than you did. Like, you stayed there as long as you could. Because that nigga was pushed. Like, I'm telling you, dog, when I was ignoring this nigga. I was over there looking this way. But I was in that bitch, like, there was only so much I could ignore. He said one last thing that I just said after I ain't gonna lie. So I slowly started taking off bracelets and shit, like, subconsciously. Like, so subconsciously taking off my jewelry and shit because, like, I could feel that I'm about to fight. You know, but I'm trying my best to hold back. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not even looking his way. But he's coming inside the door and he's so close to my face. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm working right by the door.
I feel you on the level of love, dog, because, you know, you a temper having nigga. I'm a temper having nigga. You feel me? And for me, dog, it's a thing about respect, son. If I'm not actively disrespecting you and you trying to pick on me and disrespect me and go over the board, it's just kind of hard as a man. You know what I mean? Even though, like I said earlier, we too old to be fighting. We got shit to lose. But at the same time, as a motherfucking man, it's hard to always swallow that pride when a nigga is going over the top to demean you.
Over the top, you gotta get down.
You feel me? Because that's what happened in the last fight I was in with old girl ex. You feel me? I'm like, I understand you mad, son, but son, why you keep on coming like you broke motherfucking this? You ain't shit like you. Why you keep coming for me like, dog? Like, it's already understood. It's my girl now. You say what you had to say. You don't want me around y'all kid. Won't. I will be around. I was going to be around the kid that was years ago and, you know, he ain't stopped no show. But then a fucking day, you feel me? Why you keep coming at me as a fucking person as if, nigga, I'm supposed to just stand here and let you just talk to me like this.
Berate me like this.
You heard me? Like, dog. So, no, I fully understand that shit just on that level by itself without whatever else is more to the story.
Man, that nigga, I don't know, dog. After something happened inside, dog, I clicked.
Blackout.
And I don't know what he said, but he said it. And
he said something that really hit that real.
It could have not been. It could have been.
It's like the meter was filling. Yeah. And no matter what, you could have said nigga or whatever. I'm not even mad at nigga.
I'm washing you now.
He said you could have said cookie crisp. You hit the top of the meter.
I'll tell you something, like the haystack was right here, and nigga went beep with that needle, dog. Beep, right on top of that bit. Let me just go and add that right there.
Straight up.
Let me add this little cherry on this cake.
Straight up.
All right. Dog, I'm telling you, dog, like D said, you could have said cookie crisp. That nigga could have said, I'm going home. Like, I don't care what he said, dog.
Even if he said, I'm going home, I'm about to wash you.
That nigga said something, I just clicked out.
Because you didn't set yourself up for it, son.
Right.
Like, we all human beings out here. He was drunk or something? That's what we gonna blame, most likely.
I'm positive he was.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of alcohol courage there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I also think that nigga looked like he was coming at to start a bad time. Like, he just seemed like that type of nigga that was just like, wherever he go, he's gonna like bring a negative experience out of it, you know? It wasn't like he got drunk and he was drunk and he got angry because something didn't go right. This nigga had an attitude, and the way he came at me wasn't about on some drunk level. That nigga came at me because he wanted to start something.
He was having a bad day.
Nigga that started with.
But he wanted to, yup. Y'all niggas in therapy. Don't go to bars picking all niggas that you want. Go to therapy.
You need help.
You need help.
Real help.
You need actual, factual
talking about help. Me and D was talking about that because like there was a lady came and spoke to me, dig, and was like, calm down, it's not worth it, this and the third. You're better than that. And like, it's like, listen, lady, like D said it perfectly. In this whole situation, who you think needs therapy or needs to go talk to somebody needs some help right now? Me or this nigga?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything I'm doing is our reaction.
Reaction. It's like when white people get mad at us about racist shit. Bitch, y'all started this.
It's all our reaction, dog. It's all our reaction.
It's reactions, son.
And so, you know, that nigga really, he wanted that. He pushed for that. Because I tell you, dog, it wasn't like we was talking back and forth. It wasn't like I was aggressive. I was the most calm. But I was that calm before the storm.
Because at the end of the day, you've been doing this bouncer shit for a minute now. So it's like, you already got this natural wall when you're at work not to take these motherfuckers as seriously as you would if we was on the street.
Right.
Just being professional. Like, I know I'm going to deal with drunk niggas. I know they're going to come. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain things you know is just going to prepare you.
And real talk, if he'd have said everything outside the door, he could have been right in front of the door. But if he'd have said everything outside the door, I wouldn't have mind. He kept coming back inside the door and telling me this shit.
And getting in your face.
Yeah, dog. And that's the shit that took me out of the game. Because that's niggas, dog, that I done got drove at, but I didn't let them sit there and talk shit to me for a whole 30 minutes of how much they gonna fuck me up when I step outside.
You just standing there.
I just stand there, look at them. One nigga opened the door and said, bro, I don't want to fight you, bro. Go home, bro. You tripping. Like,
go home, Roger.
Right, dog. That nigga, like, I just put you out the club. I have no beef with you, bro. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
You know this is my job, right?
Right, you know, and a few of them niggas, like, they came back the next day, was like, my bad, bro, I was tripping because I thought such and such. They have their own personal issues that I somehow get caught up in, you know what I'm saying?
And
that
be the case.
A lot of the time, dog.
I mean, a majority of conflicts in general is due to that.
Yeah.
Like, across the conflict board is due to a motherfucker got their own personal shit going on and they don't even realize that the perspective might be somebody. Sometimes it's both people, but it's always at least one motherfucker with something that's going on with them.
Niggas look at me and see they boss and shit.
Or ex-boyfriend, or brother that just
fucking
pissed them
father,
off,
mom or somebody.
whomever.
Yeah,
you could look like any motherfucking body.
Niggas see me and I'm like, no, dog, it's me here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
whole other entity.
Like, you don't feel my energy, my nigga, but no, dog, people, I done seen it. And that's one thing I also take pride in, that been doing it for so long. I'm able to, for the most part, get niggas out of there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But this moment, he didn't want that. He didn't want to leave. He wanted to push me to the edge. And the thing is, if he would have said everything outside the door, I'd been all right. But because he kept coming inside, I felt a little bit more threatened that he was going to pop me before I could pop him.
And that's another thing, too, that get into the game. When you're dealing with, that was in my head as well, when you're dealing with a random energy where you can't tell, I don't know what you gonna do.
Yeah,
you
don't know if he a shooter or what.
Yeah, because that's, or you don't know if a nigga still, because dog, you could get really fucked up if a nigga get a clean lick on you with the right power.
Yeah, you were just saying
that. What I said?
Straight up.
You
could get broken jaw, brain damage. There's a lot of shit can happen if you just keep playing that peaceful role with this random energy that you don't know what's gonna happen. Right. You know what I mean? Because in my situation, this nigga kept getting right in my face, kept getting close, but then I back off. And I'm like, son, you ain't gonna come in my face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Don't get too close.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if one of these times it's gonna be just you trying to angle in to sneak me. So fuck yeah, I'm gonna swing first if I'm feeling like, nah, nigga.
Dog, what did we just talk
You hear
about,
me?
dog?
I
hit
verbatim.
Dog, I will hit you first all day, every day. Like once you come a certain
If
distance,
you built the meter, dog.
That's it.
Once
son.
you built it, because it's like, I don't know what you gonna do.
Niggas. Right.
I don't know what you gonna do.
I don't know what you about to do, son.
And you already frantic enough to make me be on guard enough to feel like I gotta do something.
Yeah.
I told
you take me to that point, it's a different world. What you saying,
I was saying to you earlier, dog, because niggas be like, you know, don't be scared. Now it's like, no, dog. I've been scared a lot of times, but it's about surviving.
It's about surviving.
Right.
Like,
I hate when niggas say that, dog. Like, it ain't about no fucking scary, dog.
Majority of the fights, I feel like I can speak for most people, son, that we find ourselves in, we didn't even want to have.
No, we don't.
No, most of the time.
Most of the time. They got a few that I was like, I want to fuck this nigga up.
Sometimes I
whoop your ass. But I mean, there's so many other fights I found myself in where this nigga just started some shit. And I'm like, so I didn't even want to have to fight this nigga, but look where we at right now.
Yeah, look where we at, dog.
And that's my fault too, because you're not supposed to let another motherfucker have that kind of power over you.
And that's the thing.
But you can understand that when you
let nobody fuck over you either.
Right.
It's a freaking delicate balance.
Real talk, there's a line. And we all have that line once we realize you didn't cross the line of like fucking me over and me controlling myself. Some people, that line gets blurred. But for me personally, I know that there's a line for me of like, or at least a meter of like that you're gonna go so far with this and then it's a wrap.
Man, you made me think of something, Joe. We must trust the fuck out each other, son. We've had arguments that if I would have had with any other nigga on the street, I probably would have been snuck you, son.
Yeah.
You hear me?
But that's why we have those kind of arguments.
We are friends.
But he just made me think of it like, Duck, cause I'm not about to be having no nigga calling out my hands normally or none of y'all, but cause it's my brother, it's a certain trust that even at the height of the peak, I know this nigga ain't really trying to hurt me. I ain't really trying to hurt him.
If the fight was to go down, it would have been an orthodox weird ass fight.
But even in the fight, because you know I don't want to hurt him, but
that's the whole thing. Like I know that you really don't want to hurt me like that, like in that fucking way, son. Like no. Cause
pause. Joe had a fight with one of our friends, and it was one of the most awkward looking fights I've ever fucking seen.
It was like clearly nobody wants to be fighting right now.
Oh my god, there's two fights I've seen Joe have with. One was one of our close niggas, and one is one of our niggas that's really closer with him.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah. I thought that nigga out there, man, Deuce. Y'all heard that podcast before?
Oh my god.
Y'all heard that nigga on the podcast before? I'll never forget this. That was a fight of the decade right there. That wasn't even a fight. That was so look, Deuce did some of my weed.
I thought he was dead at least twice.
Are you what?
Nigga, not because like on no shit of he can't fight or no dumb shit like that, but there was just one thing that happened in the fight that in any normal fight,
it is over.
It's over. And Joe didn't take. That's how you know that's his nigga. That's his brother. Because
Like he fell or something?
Oh, let me tell you. So I'm gonna tell you the whole backstory. Something happened with weed or something like that. Deuce played on me about the weed, and Deuce had a temper with me.
They had a disagreement. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, we had a disagreement, dog. And so that nigga, I found out where that nigga was at. So I called Martin and said, Martin, bring me to the Legion Field Apartments right now.
I didn't even know what I was bringing them there to do.
He didn't. I saw that nigga, and that nigga was it was like a Western, dog. That nigga was in the middle of the fucking thing already there. In the middle of the parking lot. And they looking, and nigga looking at me.
I
and
know
shit,
you lying.
I'm telling you, son.
Okay.
Me and this nigga had words.
Yeah.
Then all I know is I said something that pissed him off. And nigga said, fuck this. That boy swung so hard.
With all of his might.
I mean, he took, like he wanted to knock my block off. But the thing is, I just ducked. And he spun in a circle and fell.
And fell.
To the ground.
And I swore.
And then he balled up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he know. Deuce ain't no rookie out here.
Right.
Deuce already know, like, oh shit, I made a mistake.
I made the biggest mistake. I dog, that's when you like shot all you could and you missed, dog. That's when you know, dog, I didn't put everything in this and I missed.
And pause, and I'm gonna give this to Deuce too. I think Deuce thought Joe was about to hit him first. That's why Deuce swung first. Because Joe Joe was coming with that energy, dog. Joe was pissed. We all know what Joe on that level, son. Yeah. So I understand why Deuce, who is like a third of Joe's size, you feel me? I don't care. They've been brothers. They've been fighting since they've been growing up. But we grown men now. And now that we're at our final sizes, dog, Deuce is very slim, son. So I ain't saying Deuce couldn't handle himself, nothing like that. But I'm saying, son, if you miss that punch that you was going for and you fall to the ground, my nigga, and this nigga that's 3 times your size jumps on top of you, I don't know, like that's just physics or something, like. Yeah. But you know what I mean, a little nigga, we gotta move and get our licks in, not get on the ground and have the big nigga get on top of us.
That's the wrongest move. That's the last move you want to be in, dog. Because that move says game over.
He knew it. He balled up. He's like, game over.
Shit. And I was about to swing, but I looked at him, dog. I saw my nigga ball. I saw my nigga balled up. I didn't see like my nigga on the stress. Wow. I said, man, this my nigga like this, man.
Empathy.
But then. That nigga Deuce got up and that nigga said something again, dog.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but that worked out. That was supposed to work.
So y'all like wound up fighting still?
No, what happened was I threw Deuce between 2 cars.
Yeah,
I kept throwing him back and forth with him
up. Like they got they got a lightweight mix. I think he swung, you swung. It wasn't like
I ain't swing. No, we ain't swing.
Or did he swing again? Something happened. Some kind of way you just basically brought him from where we were to like the car, that fence or some shit.
No, that's the thing is, I rushed to him. I took it like when he said what he said. I just heard him ran to that nigga.
He got up talking shit. And just grabbed that.
I just grabbed that nigga and I threw it. I took him all the way between Shag car, because it was Shag and Sam in the car. Took him between Shag car and another car, and I ran him between both cars. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, because the thing is, I didn't want to fight the nigga.
Oh, I didn't see you ram him. I saw he was him, and he was him, and y'all were just talking shit to each other.
I was like, what the fuck what you say? But dog, this ain't gonna
lie. Dude's a real nigga. He's like, man, fuck you.
Dog, Deuce is a real nigga, son. Deuce a real nigga, dog. That time I got the best of him, but I can tell you a few times Deuce has snuck the fuck out of me, dog.
Son, that time about to be one shit.
Oh, was it? Me and Deuce had a few battles, boy. Listen, win or lose, size matter. Deuce ain't no hoe. That's one thing I always put it to my nigga. He ain't never been no hoe. He ain't gonna never back down. And he ain't, dog. There's times I feel like Deuce knew he probably was gonna lose a fight against me, but he still was like, nah, nigga, we gonna get it in.
But I'm just saying the point is, I was just trying to make is there's a different energy
with your nigga, yeah,
with your fam, with your nigga, with somebody you know ain't really.
Other nigga bit me on the chest.
Oh, that Deuce, our other nigga here.
Other nigga, dog, nigga bit me on the chest.
But that fight was just awkward generally.
That shit was hilariously.
That was a weird fight.
I was so fucking mad.
Yeah, with our other nigga. But shouts out to him, dog, because I didn't know Lil Man had it in.
Shit, when the angle light surprised me,
yeah,
I made a whole stand up about it. Cause dog, here nigga, I was like, so you biting my chest? That boy, I was like, and left teeth marks.
So, he was like, dog, you ain't about to fuck over me, dog. I was like, okay.
And that's one thing about my niggas, dog. Big or small, no matter what, we don't give a fuck. If you push any of us to it, dog, we jumping. Ain't no bitch in us.
Ain't no bitch, but at the same time, as grown ass black men, we still must always take in that we're literally too old to be fighting. To getting hemmed up, to be getting arrested, to be going through the league. Because that's the thing, too.
Thank God that was our younger days.
Too. Yeah, we talking about college. The shit with you and Deuce was in college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, that was a little after college, right?
What? No, Deuce was in college. Because we were still going to Legion Pub and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
okay, so that's young years.
That was my junior year.
But at the same time, man, like, and then not only that, dog, not only you got to deal with the legality of it, dog, some niggas, well, no, within the legality of it, not everybody about that fighting life, niggas will press charges on you these days.
Right.
If not, the cops will just come and see y'all fighting, then you got to deal with that. You can lose your livelihood like that. There's so many things that one moment of trying to be a real nigga can have you really fucking everything up. That, like, even though, like, I had a fight, with old dude, but I still regret that because I'm like, man, we was on St. Charles, son.
No, that shit caused a lot of things.
You know what I mean? Old girl lost her job because we had a fight outside her job over this bullshit. You feel me? Like, that was a freaking ripple effect. That could have been worse. Like, it could have been a worse ripple effect, but it still was a ripple effect. And it's one of those things that had me like, you know what I'm saying? All right, Bass, like, even though I didn't cause this shit, the nigga started with me, anybody there knew I was in the fucking right. Don't matter. The results gonna be the results. Yeah. You feel me? So same with you in that situation, dog. I'm glad you made it out safe, my nigga. However that shit went down.
I mean, nigga sent me home. You know what I'm saying? The boss sent me home because like I was uncontrollable. You know what I'm saying? Once it popped off, I was gonna then my like
I'm inconsolable.
Like my fucking my other boss guy like hit like the other nigga that I was fighting snuck a lick on my boss. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of cut my boss. That shit sent me to another frenzy. So like they sent me home. But one thing that was good on my side is that number one, all the patrons was holding me back, all the customers, so they really fuck with the niggas. Nobody wanted to really see me, fight. And number two, all of them had my back of saying, nah, they pushed that man for real. And I got a character that I built up in the MO about myself that shows that I don't do that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like y'all know me as a temper nigga, but that's because we niggas, we brothers, and we also know Buds is very close to push easy at the end.
You're not gonna be the same person at your job as you are with you and your niggas, and we just
especially
talking
at a job that says I need to be security, so I have to be a lookout. So that doesn't mean knock every nigga out. You know what I'm saying? That's not how
you're the protection for there, which means that's the word I be looking for. Discernment. We're trusting you that whenever we talking about cops, and I wish cops would have, and I'm like, what's the fucking word? Mm-hmm. I wish our cops had discernment. And the same thing if you security, if you in that role that's supposed to be there to protect everything, you have that proper. You trust that proper discernment to not do dumb shit.
Right. So for me to like click out that, which is rare, I only had like me personally, I didn't experience a lot of fights, but I only had 2 fights this whole year working there. You know what I mean? And both fights were reactionary. The one I told you, the other one was me, my boss. He had punched my boss in the face after like I shot. So I had to give him his
bitch, you better give me a raise. I just snuck a nigga in your honor. In your honor.
In your honor. I defended your honor, dude. I need a $4 raise.
Yeah, man. A couple $1 raise. Yeah. Give me a little bit.
That same boss that I snuck for is the same one when I got into the fight last night was right behind me.
He better be.
Your
honor. First of your name.
That's that Baltimore in him though. He don't. Yeah, he does. I ain't gonna lie. Certain niggas that came to the bar, they write about certain cities. I seen Philly niggas, Baltimore niggas come to the bar, and they don't play around, dog. Them niggas do not play around. So that fight was about to go down, and these New Orleans niggas was talking mad cash money shit in the bar. Them fucking Baltimore niggas wasn't even having that. That boy, all you saw was them niggas. They went outside with the random niggas. Literally, they had them niggas running. Dog.
But you gotta take that in too, sir. I'm gonna say that what you're saying is absolutely right about be more niggas and Philly niggas, dog. But I feel like
I seen a lot of places do some real things, but them niggas just
all I'm saying is this.
And Chicago niggas.
Chicago niggas some real niggas too. But all I'm saying is on top of their already like established realness, imagine how much realer you would be if you weren't in your home city. And you already knowing the reputation of where you at. Same for me, because if I'm in Chicago or fucking Philly or B-more, and I know these niggas don't fucking play, and I'm a New Orleans nigga, and I'm feeling like I'm out whatever the fuck, I'm gonna be more on edge or more like, oh no, because like we just spoke on, can't let niggas get that first running with you all the time.
Right. I'm not about to come to New Orleans and anything like these little New Orleans people play with me.
You know what I mean? I think so. That's an added element them niggas got when they're in our fucking clubs too. Like I already heard these niggas crazy. Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that.
They ain't solved a murder on First 48 yet. They ain't about to get me.
Let's get to the show, bro. I said no. Remember I was tripping that time T.I. even had to shout us out on one of them songs. New Orleans niggas coming in the city, killing all summer long, and nobody paid attention.
Right. I gotta ride my pistol not just because Atlanta niggas, but these New Orleans niggas.
They came in and started fucking it up.
It's like T.I. with a dope at.
You heard me?
Where's that, T.I.?
Say around.
With a dope at.
Say around.
Say T.I.P.
Baby. Welcome to the TheFlyWithBats podcast.
Partner. Oh, fuck.
Episode 82, Lil Woody. Side B, you heard me? And this that actor guy, Martin Bass Bradford, you feel me? You're under dead. And I'm in here with my rounds, you heard me? My fellow Woodies. You can find me at Mr. Bats. Spell that Mr. Out, you heard me? You're gonna get your fucking head bust. You dead. And like I said, son, I'm here with my niggas, man.
Yeah, you heard me? It's your boy D Mac. You understand what I'm saying? You can fuck with me on that Instagram. You heard me? That's your dig brand LLC. I be selling shirts. You dig? Make sure you fuck with one of them bitches. You heard me?
You heard me?
Dig downtown in this bitch. And yeah, that's all I gotta say to you.
Whoa, what's that with your playboy?
Whoa.
Say la brother.
La brother.
Say la brother. This your boy, Posse Wine, AlphaJo, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the ruin. If you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, you can find me on IG, AlphaJo, no E504, you hear me? And look, you know what I'm saying, you dig, you feel me, you hear me? Nigga. Nigga trying to do this podcast, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Podcast,
You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah.
Nigga gonna get this done. But like, fuck with your boy. This 82 side B. We in this bitch, you hear me? In this bizzle, you know what I'm saying? For my nigga Beat Jeezy, you hear me?
Man. I'm about to rib that boy. I'm about to joke that boy, you hear me?
Stupid lame ass boy.
Stupid ass.
Boy, hot sausage smelling ass boy. Get the fuck out. Why?
I smell shy, man. I don't know
Stupid boy,
what you
get the
talking
fuck out,
about.
boy. I know you're looking shy for your DK wife, that boy. What's that, you hear me?
Stupid little dumbass. And you just got the entire New Orleans vocabulary.
Possibly.
But
there's still more. I know there's more. There's so much more because this is just from the nigga side.
Right.
Because then our New Orleans women got their own.
I'm about to say that's a whole nother fucking wave.
Baby, get them cheering from around there.
So anytime I'm away from the city for like a long period of time and come back, that's one of the female New Orleans accent is one of like the most like I just feel like I know I'm home.
It's unforgettable.
It's just I remember a time recently when I left and I came back and like that was one of the first things I heard coming off the plane was like some chick like just talking, saying something. She was like not the flight attendant, but the people that take your tickets and some shit.
She worked in the fucking airport.
Yeah, man. And she said something to this nigga, and I just smiled because I ain't hear that in a minute. Like, oh yeah,
bro. When I go out of town, I see another New Orleans person. Like when my little girl was born, our nurse was from New Orleans. And I was very happy about that because she was like, "Oh yeah, I could bring some gumbo for you." I was like, "Oh lady, thank you. Where you at?" Like when I get back home, I get very happy because I just miss it. But when I see a motherfucker out there, it's like, "Oh wow, oh I got somebody. I'm not alone."
Yeah,
right.
That is a great feeling when you leave someplace and you bump into your own. Like yeah,
Like, you from New Orleans? They start talking.
And you always know because all they gotta do is open their mouth and they say something. You be like,
"You from New Orleans? Where you from?"
Yeah.
First question: where you from? Uptown? Down? Oh, all right. Cool.
All right, what's that?
Where you went to high school? Oh, okay.
All right, where you at? You know Jeannie in there?
And that's the thing about here. I don't know any place else in the South, but I only can speak for here, son. We gonna ask you where you went to school at, and we ain't talking about college.
Nope.
Right.
You got to. What's the name of your school? It's gonna be high school.
It's hard to say college, dog. College is too universal, dog. Too many niggas come all over for college.
But that's the thing. Some people might do that, but
Because
I know inherently here,
high school you went to, we make judgments about your personality off top.
Off the high school.
Judging where you went to high school, it was like you gotta know what you're dealing with. I'm like, where you went? Fauché? Oh, all right.
Oh.
and on top of that,
mask off.
And on top of that, son, it's like a little test to see because so many people claim New Orleans, bitch, you ain't from New Orleans,
right.
You from there, you from there. You didn't. Let me see.
Dog, if you ain't go to right, dog, we know all the legitimate high schools. If you say some dog that's real out the realm, when we say we know all of them, son, we even know the white ones and the Catholic ones and the private ones. We know all the schools in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And some people like DC it on the level of I know what type of personality I might be dealing with, but not even just that. It's also the level of we all got our in jokes about every high school.
Yeah.
So it's like we can have that. We gonna have that repartee, and if I can't have that repartee, you ain't from around my way.
Right, for sure.
Straight up.
Man, if you went to Doug, I was scared.
You know
what I'm saying?
But yeah, yo.
You know what that meme that's going around with all the pictures of like the schools?
I thought that was hilarious.
I mean, they got buku of them now.
That is, each one of them are classic.
Yeah, they making a few.
I think the one they did for 35 for the girls was just the perfect.
They have a few of them now.
I ain't see. But the one I'm talking about was the one to Saved by the Bell.
Okay, I saw that one too.
Yeah, I was like, that's how I picture women from 35 too, driving their cars and shit to school.
I think the funny part is the fact that every time they do Abe or Reed, it's always an Asian person. Like that shit is hilarious.
Yeah, Jet Li.
But yeah, y'all, we doing inside sports talk right now with this shit. Unless you're from the city, you dig. So let's get back. We getting back to more universal affair. Welcome to sideB, man. On sideB, man, we always start this mug off with that ETOUFEE of the day, which is some topics that are a bit more heavy than we like to do on side A. I mean, we got two different shows and got two different vibes at times. After the ETOUFEE of the day, we get into that dose of NOLA'Murica,
which is your friendly reminder of just where we stay and just what the fuck we be having to deal with.
Oh shit! These New Orleans streets, you dig? Yeah. They don't do that, no, huh?
Bitch, I know you lie.
When we get to these universal, to these American streets, and sometimes even beyond, to see some of the crazy ass shit that y'all dealing with out there.
It's crazy, man.
To infinity, and then we get to that hero highlight.
Well, we take the time to shine light on someone who's doing good in the world of pure D fuckery.
Fuckery.
What type of fuckery?
All types of fuckery. And then we get out here and high and say we're gonna holler at y'all in the next couple of couples, you dig? But before we get all of that, dog, first off, we're gonna pull out that scroll. That scroll is where we shout out our brother sister podcast, or just other podcasts that we kind of fuck with, such as the Your 30 podcast with the Black Actopedia, aka the Arrogant Observer, Lawrence Webber Jr., as well as my dog, my brother in reviews and nerddom, my nigga, favorite host Marty Edwards.
Man, I fuck with the Pride thing they got for the poster for this month.
Yeah, that's cool.
The general Pride poster, or something that Your 30 did?
Your 30 did put the Pride poster on for the caption. You know how they got the screen with the mics? They colored it up for Pride Month.
Oh, didn't know that. Yeah. All right, get it in, y'all. Get it in, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, shout out Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. Whenever they have a podcast, I always want to remind, like, I always have something. They say something that made me think of something. I don't remember, dog. Listen to their last episode, though. They just had put out a new one after, they've been away for a minute. It's something to do with Marty asks L-Dub. If I ask Bats this question, would he know? And I'm going to tell you this, Marty, I did not know the answer to that question. So, no, L-Dub was wrong and whatever it was, whatever that thing was being universal. I don't remember all the details. I just remember when you brought my name up, I was like, nah, Marty, I'm with you. But anyway, also the Misbelief Radio Show podcast, hosted by our dude, our homie, DC Paul. You can find him at Who Is DC Paul. Also on that podcast is the historical geek Malik, Frozen Photography. If you're in the city, you can hit up his No Nola Tours, where he gives you all the history and everything about the place that we at. And he knows shit we don't know, and we grew up going to school, so you feel me? It's deep, it's deep. Highly recommended from what I'm hearing.
It's true.
Oshun Lilith, we had her on the show a few times. We have to get her back, because I love O when she be on the show. I like her.
Oshun is hilarious.
Yeah, man, so we're going to get O back on the show. Fat girl Nola J. Steele, who was, my girl in reviewing that show, was me, her, and Marty. Hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. You refer it, we review it. It's also on this TheFlyWithBats feed. Oh, and I also shout out my co-host on Acting While Black, me and Black Actopedia, which is how he got his name. We've been interviewing folk, man. The last person we had was Lance Nichols. We went in on the game. It was a great conversation.
Did you smoke one with y'all?
No, he didn't smoke one with us.
Did I smoke one around him?
Well, I definitely had the blunt lip.
I mean, Lance already should know.
Yeah, man, no, Lance was talking about he used to smoke, but
back when weed was grass.
You know what I'm saying? He used to smoke. He ain't got no problem. He an artist, man. That's the thing. That anybody in the industry in general, dog, like
weed is the least of the artists.
Right. Me pulling out a blunt or a joint is the least of your worries of what I could pull out.
Right, it's a cigarette in the drug world.
Right, son.
So. Niggas in the art world, we live in licking heroin off of people's tits that they taking model pictures of.
I mean, we just hear all those stories, dog. So ain't no way me roll up a blunt was gonna survive. Surprise someone like Lance Nichols who's been in the game for decades.
Son, you ever heard of Studio 54?
Yeah, dude. He got the stories. Shit. Feel me? And that was a great conversation. We talked about the game. We talked about the history. We talked about craft. We talked about a lot of stuff. I keep on telling people, dog, check out that show if you want to know anything about the acting game and the industry, whether it's some questions you might have, trying to get in the game, trying to figure out some stuff, or just hearing these other people's stories. Come check it out, bro. Don't stop just getting me up with these DMs where you can find all these answers out just checking out the show. Acting While Black. You see it on the feed. It pops up if you subscribe. So, fuck with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, the On the Lake podcast. Who made a big comeback? On the Lake.
Really?
Yeah, man, they back in this
Splash.
bitch.
All right.
You know, Sleeping Beauty. I'm gonna start calling her SB, man, because they was all at the freaking jazz market, and I'm like, oh, what's up, Frankie? Frankie Cola, what's up? I said, what's up, Chuck? I said, oh, Chuck, me, what's up? Sister, real protagonist, what's up? Just real. And then I called this girl Sleeping Beauty, and I'm like, shit too long.
That's all right.
I know her real name, son, but I know her as Sleeping Beauty.
What's that? Sleeping Beauty.
You know what I mean? So Sleeping Beauty come to my mind before Irie come to my mind, so I'm gonna want to just call her SB. What's the name of SB?
Well, you know, I always get the generic what up, love.
You just give everybody love.
Because that's what they need.
New Orleans ass nigga. The We'll Figure This Out podcast with Jay Skills, Lito the God, and Key.
You know what I mean?
4 Misses in the Mic podcast with L, CJ, CC, and Bree. As we always say, those are the women's with the rings and the things.
Rings and things.
You want to talk relationships, you want to talk marriage, you want to talk real talk about love, hit up that podcast. They back catalog is popping, and you know they get it in. They have the real conversations they need to. They even bring their husbands on sometimes, so you know, check them out. Therapy Noir. I'm not gonna shout them out for a minute.
Yeah, I think Roxy.
Right now, they're under construction.
Yeah, they're under construction. That's pause. Unless we just say check out their back catalog. Sugar Sass and Sarcasm podcast with our girl, actor, writer, director, Kanye White and her sisters. Ow. 50420 podcast, the Fuck What You Heard podcast, the No Dope on Sundays podcast, the Home Video Hustle, and the We Are Living Millennials.
In 2000s kind of world, I'm glad I have my pansexual spectrum.
Non-binary human.
Because these days you gotta respect pronouns, and what people say that they are, just let them be what the hell they want to be. I mean, isn't it that simple?
I mean, real
Ain't it that
talk,
simple though?
It's simple to me.
people, you know, in America you're supposed to be whatever you want to be. That's what they say, right?
I mean, that's that myth that they be telling us and shit, but then when people do want to be what they want to be, believe what they want to believe, and do be on what they want to be on, that's not hurting nobody else, just, you know, doing their thing, we tell them what they got to be, who they need to be, what they got to do, what they should be. And it's like, it's
For
not
us to be comfortable.
That's not American. According to your bullshit that you tell us, y'all need to make up your minds, America.
Man, listen, this bullshit works for us, all right? You know, we're supposed to work for y'all. It wasn't really invent for y'all. We just gotta put y'all in some time to time. That's what I feel like when it comes to the Constitution and shit.
Just came up with a shirt idea.
What? Oh, you're not gonna say that loud?
Fuck no.
So let's get into that, because we're already on it. So might as
Okay.
well call it what it is. That ETOUFEE of the day.
All right, let's eat.
After got his first gun, he ready to murder. He out of control, like a swole on bourbon. I don't even drink. If I see you, I ain't see you. Nah, I don't even blink. Nah, I don't even think that I'm here. But if I see you and I like you, I'ma smile. Is this really who I am? Huh? Then versus now, life is too wild. This shit is out of hand. I'm just trying to live, but y'all don't give a damn. I'm just trying to be cool. I don't wanna lose my word, lose my mind, lose my spine, lose my shirt. But if you know me, then you know I go berserk. And you know I go berserk. And you know I go berserk. Head first, I'm just young.
I wish a nigga could just go back in time when he came up with, because that's the thing, that's the funniest thing about America, the quote unquote melting pot. America, you know, land of the free, America, where you get that all, like when they made all those freaking amendments and all that shit, even though they made that shit during the time, but he still was actively oppressing, when it still was racist, sex, everything else. I wish some motherfucker just go back in time and be like, but what about this? But what about that? What about some change? What about evolving times? Or what about will we always accept anybody? Will they have freedom of religion no matter what it is, as long as it's nonviolent? You know what I mean? Like, cause it's so trippy that they came up with these ideals, but then when they come into play, they don't want to step up and keep them going. They don't have no weight. And it's like, how did you have the foresight and the empathy, seemingly, at least from an intellectual level, to write this shit out as if this was something that we should be doing, but then none of y'all niggas was really carrying that shit out?
I'll say this. I ain't gonna say that they're victims of a time period, but when these laws were first made, they were made at a time when making laws like that had never been done before. It was all white people who had slaves. They were somewhat religious, therefore superstitious. You know, you got all that type of shit. All those laws got made at a time when men in general were still like supremely fucked up mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can almost say, like, they were mentally ill on some real shit, but they were the only ones doing it. They had the power, they had the money, they had the people. So,
but I'm not even talking about the fucked up laws. I'm talking about the good laws and all the good shit that the myths. Because I call them myths, dog. We talking about the land of the free. We talking about freedom. You get to do.
They just didn't have the scope.
But I'm just laughing at the fact that they had the scope to write it, but didn't have the scope to literally
see how it's gonna
see it through for everyone and not just white men or white women.
Yeah.
Or really white men, you know what I'm saying, for the longest. And I'm just saying, like, it's trippy when the words didn't say for white men. The words said freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
I think it was implicitly for white men, though.
Because they was the only people considered men at the time.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's just funny what gets written down. If you look at it from the scope of, these are your words.
This
is the theme of this country.
Yeah.
Land, home of the brave, land of the free. This is a place that's supposed to allow you to be able to be you. We left Europe because they wouldn't let us be us. So we're going to create this country that makes everyone not feel persecuted, etc. Why we kill all these Native Americans and black people, it don't matter. It's just that juxtaposition of hypocrisy and lack of, I guess, awareness or tone deafness, what have you.
Yeah,
it's just hilarious to say we're in 2019 and those ideals are better, but still aren't great.
Because they're still not, like, written in a way where it's true. Well, they're written in a way that makes it, you know, in theory for everybody, white, black, purple. Mm-hmm. But in practice and in culture, it's clearly fucking not. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a problem. Like, the written word is there, but the practice has almost never been there. Speaking in terms for everybody involved.
Like, it's been there for
white people, it's always been there in practice, but just for everybody that's in the country physically, fuck no.
And it's tripping. It starts with white men because a lot of shit still a lot of them niggas still shooting on shit on their white women. Mm-hmm. It's like a trickle down effect starting from that head, the top. Mm-hmm. And it's trippy that, like, nigga, like, white people, like, we all humans. You know what I'm saying? So implicitly, nigga, you ain't evil. It's just y'all had a lot of, like you say, mentally ill motherfuckers that couldn't live up to the ideal that they knew was the right way to be.
Yeah, they're like, they were very limited, bro, like in their understanding of the human problem. Like they could only make those laws so good until they just couldn't.
Couldn't live up to them, because that's what it is.
Yeah,
they're not living. Our country doesn't live up to the words.
Yeah, we don't practice what we preach. Like not like
I think,
totally.
Not totally. We have moments. We're not. It's not. It's, of course, no absolutes. Of course, we do. We get it right a lot of times. Yeah. But just because we get it right a lot of times, don't mean we don't get it wrong a lot of times too.
I think that we sometimes sit too much on, because it was predated so back in the century, that it should be certain ways like this. Because the Constitution does get updated, but I think it needs a complete, huge way upgrade. Yeah, I because think so too. Throughout time, humanity has changed. The concept of life has changed. How people go about life has changed. So you can't have old ideals with new ways of living.
But that's the whole thing, though, son. Like they are so scared to change.
Just a word, you know.
The Constitution like that, bro. Like especially older white people, like that is their like that's their second Bible. Like don't fuck with the Constitution as it is. Like don't fuck with that. Like that basically made the entire country how it is now. The instant you start talking about trying to overhaul that shit, like you're a fucking terrorist. Basically.
My problem is, what I'm saying is, you're right, Joe. That needs to happen. But even if that did happen, the problem ain't the words necessarily.
It's the culture.
It's the culture. It's the actions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because right now the words aren't bad, but we just don't live up to them.
And the Constitution can't solve your bias or your prejudices or your racism.
Or the fact that we fuel the bias and the prejudice and the races. Yeah. Like the status quo shouldn't be that it's accepted that we're segregated and racism exists. The status quo needs to be that if you're racist, you're weird. I can't stop racism as much as we can't stop hatred. But we can reduce it to make it where you're the absolute weirdo. And we're getting close to that. More and more people realize that that shit is what it is. But we can't forget that a lot of those same people that understand that you're weird if you're racist, don't accept their own racist shit. So then the sickness continues because they don't understand there's layers, there's levels, and if we really want to like isolate what it is, they have to take their licks.
Right.
No matter, there's no progress if the motherfuckers, if everyone don't take their licks involved. Black people, we gotta take our licks in certain respects, but when you're the oppressed, you feel me? You know what your licks are, but it's harder when the people that's oppressing you refuse to take all parts of what the fuck is the reason why you are oppressed in the first place.
Right. The licks we gotta take.
Go ahead. I posit this. In y'all's opinion, what licks do we need to take? Because we don't really have that conversation, like talking about it. Like it comes up sometimes, but we're never really explicit on like the shit that we and like our people we actually do need to kind of like work on some shit. So I pose a question to y'all, like what are some licks or a lick, like a big one that you think that we need to take?
Okay, I think that like financially we need to take the lick that we don't save in the community like we should.
Good one.
That's good, but it's kind of softball.
I mean,
the funny part,
the thing about, all right, then if I were to go to hardball to go deep into the root of saving, then I probably also go into the religion. That black folks need to cope with the fact that the religion that we kind of serve for the most part isn't serving us. It's taken away from the community because it's especially to a lot of these churches that don't show any effort into helping being in the community. It's just more into like the building funds and preachers and all that, but you don't really see no service. So I think religion has a lick we need to take that's crippled us in some sense.
So take the lick as in stop fucking with that?
Take the lick that the black church, or at least create a better church, and that doesn't have these kind of things that's taking all your money away.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Martin?
Okay, I'm over here. First and foremost, dog, any answer to this question still has to be answered with the lens of giving people the caveat that there are certain things. Okay, it has to be understood that even if something's not your fault, you still have to deal with the results, the consequences, and move forward. Right?
Say that one more time.
Even when something isn't your fault, because there's some things that we have to take our licks on that's our fault, and there's some things that we have to take our licks on even though it wasn't our fault that we're in this position. We still have to deal with it and make the diamond instead of being so fixated on that fact that it's not our fault.
I agree.
You feel me? Because when you ask that question, because the next question I would ask when you ask me that question is, okay, can we specify what things are our fault and aren't our fault? Because even when Joe say religion, that's not our fault.
I don't think that's our fault.
You know what I mean? And so when I start going through some of the ones that, because that's the thing too.
A lot of shit ain't our fault.
And you know, because a lot of times people do have those conversations about the black people. We need to take our fucking licks, even though one, we're not a monolith. So it's already, this is only could be a hypothetical conversation because there's too many kind of black people for us to really be able to speak for black people. We know that. So before the motherfuckers write us in with that, we understand that we just having hypothetical about our what is it, culture, society, just if we were to speak about uplifting the race, I guess. I don't know the best way to put that, but
it's very difficult. And that makes me ask the question also, so
no, I'm just saying I just want to say I don't know how, I'm just saying just to say what we're speaking about, because there's always somebody could be like, well, you can't speak for all black people. We're not speaking for all black people. We're just talking about the community in general, as far as generals. We're just speaking in generals. All right, that's the best way to put it.
We can speak in general.
All right, so so what you about to say, my nigga? I just wanted to be clear on that part.
I just like, if it's hypothetical on the black side, is it also hypothetical on the white side, Euro side rather?
How you mean?
Like
the things it's not their fault?
Yes.
I always say my battle is with whiteness, not white people. You feel me? But just like we're saying we got to take our licks for things that aren't our fault, white people, you're the majority.
That shit is your fault.
You were grandfathered in to your privileges. You were grandfathered into the fact that you're ahead. All these things that's not your fault, you still have to take responsibility because you are the majority in this country that claims the myths that we started with. that we saw. You can't say land of free. You can't talk that shit to people of color and be like, y'all need to catch up. When you were born into being ahead. When you're the person born, that's like when we talk about the straight pride parades and shit, and that dumbass shit. It's like, my nigga, there's still way more straight people in this fucking country, and you're not getting freaking beat down, murdered, killed. Murdered, killed, same thing. But you know what I mean? You ain't getting ostracized for being straight. You sound stupid as fuck. It's the same shit to just whiteness in general, my nigga. You can't claim that we on equal footing when every stat, every piece of history, everything shows that we aren't, and we keep getting born generally. Because there are rich black people. But generally, we keep getting born into a space of behind. You keep getting born into a space of ahead. And you talking down to us as if we're talking on the same level. You hear me? So it's like, nah, nigga, y'all got a lot that y'all need to fucking accept and start fixing so we can get there. Even though black people got our shit. You feel me?
So that brings me back to my original question. We can save the things that are not our fault. We can talk about it.
But we still got to speak towards pushing forward. Like I always say, you can vent, but a vent is a whine if you don't have a solution you're trying to work towards.
Right, because like, you know.
I just want to know, in y'all's opinion, what do you think is black people's fault?
Victimhood. And that's the thing. And us being a victim ain't our fault. But a lot of us still will fall onto that thought process of victimhood.
Is anything our fault?
I think that it'll only had to go individually with that per se of a black person. It couldn't go to a whole scope because as a whole scope, nothing is really our fault. Like we like, as a group, we were put in slavery as a group, we were belittled as a group, and we were disenfranchised as a group. So if anything on a group level, I don't see too much as our fault. Individually, there are a lot of things that are our fault. I mean, and then also, like, let's say crime, like those things can be grouped as our fault, but that has a systemic issue that goes all the way back to what the original fault was from the beginning, which wasn't on us.
And I'm gonna piggyback and say that there are things that are our fault, but it's a lot of it is reactions to things that were beyond us. And the things that are our fault gets more into like what Joe said, the subness. Like whatever crime go on in your city is the fault of your community is the fault of you, not just the community, but something was failed there. You feel me? Right. So if we look at it, Michael,
it's like black people crime because they crime. That's like
crime is crime. I hate when they say black on black crime. We often talk about ain't no such thing as black on black crime. It's just crime. You go to a white area, it's gonna be mostly white people committing crimes on each other because they're the only ones around each other. So that is proximity and such. But
even the fact that some people believe that white folks are prone to crime. I mean, that black folks are prone to crime.
That's untrue.
That's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Poor people are prone to crime because they are lacking and survival takes over.
Yeah, that's a poverty issue.
And black does not equal poor. And y'all need to get that shit out y'all fucking scopes on that side of the fucking color. I mean, not color, shade. But because
like what any human being wants to be poor. So you tell me this is a race that loves to live in poverty because that's what they thrive in. It's like, no, they want to be poor. They want to live in fucking shooting conditions because that's who they are.
I mean,
that makes no sense.
We all get taught that us and freaking Hispanics, you know what I mean, or Mexicans, us and Mexicans, as we say, we always misnomer that shit, are just like, if you want to think of something that's a criminal, it's gonna be some black shit, a black motherfucker with a hood, with a hoodie, or with a sagging pants in the backwards hat, or a Mexican.
That goes to the media.
Exactly, the media. There's so many things. It's such a
also
layer.
It goes to white guilt.
It's such
fear.
That don't
get back.
That doesn't go to white guilt.
Not white guilt. I say white fear of get back.
I mean, just that whole fear mongering in general. When you get into the stereotypes specifically against black people, that furthers black people to believe that if you think black people, most of y'all broke, or most of y'all poor, most of y'all just in poverty, and y'all that's gonna be it forever, and it's like so fucking unfair. Mm-hmm. But as far as going back to like what you were saying about some things that black people need to take our licks on, again, it's micro versus macro. You feel me? As far as who came first, the chicken or the egg?
I mean, we can't speak in micro and macro if we were originally going to speak in general.
I'm saying yes, we can, because we still speaking in general within the micro.
Well, what is that then? Like, what are some
shit like we say
micro
with,
shit?
It's like shit like we say with how our schools are, man. You feel me? It's shit like, you know what I mean? We like how we should allocate our funds. Like, just I think Joe spoke on how we are with money in general. I think the black community could be better
the way we consume.
we consume. I mean, they remember Killer Mike. I think we consume a
When
lot
we
more,
spend,
just like
and we don't
that
spend
whole
within
thing.
our
Okay.
community enough.
And keeping their own pocket enough.
Keeping the black dollar firm, because everybody says how the black dollar is so powerful, and it does all this. And we're such a minority to say that we have so much power in the majority, but we don't keep that power within the community. And I'm not saying on no separatist shit. I'm just saying on some, let's keep this power so we can actually, if quote unquote the white man, or let's just say whiteness won't help. And of course, white people are helping. But if we know we can't depend on whiteness to raise us to raise us to the equal level black community again. Not saying this is never spin with the white man. No, ain't no shit like that. It's having that awareness of, if you want things in general to get better for black people so we can be at them fucking tables and respect it the correct way, that means making the conscious effort to keep your dollar within the community so we can be on the power structure, on the proper power structure, because it's going to take black people to raise black people. Anybody doing something successful that's black helps raise the profile. You feel me? At some point, more and more white people gonna keep getting it and keep getting it and keep getting it. But I'm not about to wait for all of them and their 60% to get it when we're within our 13% can help out just by making that effort towards raising the fucking power within our community, dog.
Absolutely. And I think you just said one of the most important things: waiting on that 60% to like help us do something. Like absolutely not. And one important thing I want everybody to realize, like, I've had my own functioning business for about a year, like maybe a year and some change now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some change.
And I've been talking to like a lot of like people that own their own businesses, finance people, and the one universal truth that I have learned this past year is this: this country is built for the business owner, not for the employee. You know what I'm saying? If you're,
especially if we're talking benefits. Especially if we're talking about what you can do with the money.
The benefits to having your own business is like unreal. Like, you can write off and check off so much shit. Like, it's ridiculous. But fuck, man, if you just like a worker, like, it's not set up for you, like, in any kind of fucking way. So to the people that's listening, dog, like, if you're thinking about starting your business, start it. Like, that's what this fucking shit is for. Like, they got avenues for you.
And it's not even what you about to say, Joe? I see you about to say something.
Well, I was just gonna put in my 2 cents of that. I'll put it on a record to say that black folks have throughout the past tried to keep the dollar in the black community. But I can see why they have been discouraged after every time they try. Nigga get bombed and shit like that. Bridges built through their neighborhoods and their communities and shit, tearing down all their businesses. So I can see why they'll be discouraged now. But I feel like we got to get that fire again. But like, it is scary. Let's say we put all this shit and do it all again. Will you bomb us again?
But the point is, because remember, we started this hypothetical. We're speaking on knowing it's not our fault.
It's not
that we're in this position.
It's not.
But how do we move forward?
Right.
You're absolutely right. Once again, we get into the aspects of why we're here. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
You feel me? But D was asking, okay, 2019, what's some things that we can do, even though all this shit has been put on us.
Right.
And it's like trying to go back to that old roots of, dude. And again, I don't want it to be this thing of, because some people use that verbiage and try to start saying, oh, so you with segregation, or you with, what's the word, man?
Separatism, nationalism.
Not separatism, or closer to separatism than nationalism, but
Separate but
it's
equal.
not. The people that say integration was the worst thing for the black community. Now, there are some merit to some of the things that they speak about integration did hurt
There is.
our power to
There
a
is.
degree. You feel me?
There is.
But
Force us to not keep our communities in love.
but some people will take those facts that we're saying about how it hurt our power as a community. I heard our profile as a community. I heard different things within the community from a technical aspect and use it to promote racism. To be like, oh, not like that. We need to be like just fucked up and against white people, or saying fuck all whiteys.
We don't need to be separate humans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't take it that extra step. Again, that's why I said before. I'm not saying you can't ever spend $1 with a white-owned establishment, and if you want to do that, it's on you. It's on you. But my whole point is, if you make the conscious effort to try to put some dollars into our community.
Like consciously put more dollars in.
Yeah, it's just gonna help the whole, specifically when we're talking about power. That's why I keep using that word, power.
Because power is money. I don't give a fuck how you slice it.
All right, every time I take a lick, black folks need to stop asking for so many hookups from other black businesses. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say that. I'm sorry, I gotta
like
say
we can't thrive if we're gonna keep each other in some kind of level of like, no, dog. Like if you can't afford it right now, and it's understandable, but don't. Whatever I do with my business, how I sell it to you is how I sell it to you. But don't come at me trying to automatically get the hookup just because we down like that. I mean,
that's a micro thing. I think that's a microcosm.
I mean, I don't know, because people talk about it, they make movies and jokes about it, how memes and shit.
I don't think that's just a black thing.
You think white people do that to each other's businesses? Asian people, they go to each other's businesses like, yo, cousin, hook me up, son.
I think certain white people, if they feel like that's my friend's business, they would. I'm not saying, I feel like white people do it too.
I mean, I think everybody on some level do it.
Other people do it.
But like,
I know what you're saying. The fact that if we do it so much, it's become a stereotype. That means there's a problem here.
Right. Yeah, it's a stereotype.
Yeah, I got you. I just want to throw out there. I don't want y'all to say we the only ones that do. Y'all know y'all be doing that shit.
Listen.
Too.
Anybody that's poor does that.
That's where we at. That's where I'm at. But it's a problem when you know you got the money, Paul.
Yeah.
Why you don't want to buy this shit from me, man?
I seen you buy other shit like with way higher, Paul.
Come on, son.
I was like, come on, dog.
If I even speak on your day, Devin has given me shirts. I've also bought shirts.
Yeah.
You hear me? It's like, even though my nigga be like, here you go, dog, I still be like, hey, my nigga, boom, I still want support. Support helps build my nigga. So even though he my nigga, son, if you really claiming that that's your people, if you're saying that y'all close enough that you need a hookup, then y'all should be close enough that you should understand that you need to be breaking your nigga off. Because it's not hard to maintain what he doing or she doing. I mean, come on. And then through that, at some point, just them being your nigga or
if
your
you gotta
chick.
ask for a hookup, that ain't your nigga.
No, when I'm that basically because at some point they gonna hook you up regardless.
Right, the hookup gonna happen, dog.
Because it's your people's. So don't come in and they store on that bullshit, man. Spend your money at the store, man.
Right, dog. You know you're gonna get something.
You know what? If you just spit your actual real price, nigga would have hooked you up.
Come on, man.
That's how I be feeling, dog.
Feel me? But I want to speak on what you spoke about the macro on business, my nigga. Like, not everyone wants to own a business. You know what I mean? It's not everyone is business minded. That's understood.
I understand.
But,
everybody wants to be their own boss.
But I want to speak to even from a personal level when you talk about you spoke on the money of like how there's more that you can do with money if you're a business owner than if you're just a worker.
Yeah.
And what I want to speak on is the fact of being a business owner on paper does not necessarily mean that you got to go open up a store somewhere in a physical spot and have to do all these things that comes to mind when the average person thinks business owner. Me and some of my actor friends was talking.
I say you're an actor, that's a business,
right? And like I'm about to do this, and like some of my actor friends have encouraged me to like, dog, register yourself or register a business to do your acting shit through, because that thing when it comes tax time, you can write off all kind of shit from just getting from gas money to fucking printing off paper.
Everything.
All this shit is always better, dog.
You feel me? But the thing is, you're going to get certain benefits just being an actor, but Trump done some fuck shit anyway recently that, my nigga, there's certain benefits. I could have did this, a lot of shit without having to register as a business, but now there's certain shit that Trump has passed that it will behoove me and other people in my position to register, whether it's Gumbo Monster or register Martin Bass Bradford the brand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I can get these write-offs way smoother because I'm my own employee. You feel me? So when we talk about what you do with money, I'm not saying, my nigga, I'm saying figure out a way to make the game work for you.
That's all I'm saying.
Make it work for you on paper. If you're a business and you can justify that in some manner, you feel me, through paper trail, son, it'll work for you. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's what D is trying to say this country's for. This country's for that motherfucker.
Yeah.
The person that sees that, that respects themselves as a business, because we all are. We have to pay taxes. We have to do this. We got to do that. They want us to comply. There will be no America without the individual. Every one of us is our own fucking brand, our own fucking business to a degree, because we're cogs in this whole fucking machine. You hear me? So straight up. LLCs, baby. LLCs. Go get them. And that's so trippy, son. Like, we've been talking, and none of this was on the docket.
No, but it had to be spoken on.
None of this was on the docket. I'm gonna truncate the docket now, son, bro. I'm gonna get to some of the things that we had.
I always like that word, truncate.
Oh my goodness.
Or it could be like a little bonus section.
But real shit though. First and foremost, I was saying Latinx on one of our past podcasts. I want to throw out there. I meant to say Afro-Latino or Afro-Latinas. That's what I'm talking about, black Hispanics. I was listening to that bitch back and I'm like, Latinx just means multiple Latin people. Like that doesn't
Latinx.
Yeah.
I said because
man,
I'm
sound like
not
a
about
straight
the
side
front.
Spanish.
Like I knew like the difference.
In my brain, I was saying Afro-Latino.
When you said Latinx, that shit didn't sound right.
No, it's a real thing.
I mean, I've heard that term.
You know, it's a true term.
I mean,
It
that
means-
context, I
clear
guess you
on-
used it in, it sound right.
No. I was using it. I was trying to talk about black Hispanic people, and I was really just saying Hispanics. Like right now, Latinx just means Hispanics, multiple Latins, Latinx. Yeah, because
Who came up with that?
because Latinos, it just make it easier when it's just Latinx.
White
So
man came up with that. He be like, man, you know what? I'm
Latinx.
call these niggas Latinx.
It makes it
man.
more general than a bunch of women is Latinas, a bunch of men is Latinos. And for the longest, men and women were both Latinos. Oh,
Sounds
wasn't
like a
Latinas?
Viagra.
It's one of them.
I don't think it's hard, though. You're only changing the vowel.
You're just
Same
making
word.
it. I mean,
Latinx.
basically, just making it more general, and I think it's more for paperwork than mostly anything else.
Sounds like a Viagra. Sounds like a plan.
Viagra.
I just want to just put on record that I'm not that ignorant. That's all.
Yeah.
But speaking of ignorance, oh my God, nigga just finished When They See Us, and me and Marty gonna do a real review on it. But it's just like, and everything we talking about with this country, like we were just talking about just the black community, though. Watching that joint play out and knowing it was a true story, because often people say they don't want to watch it because it's a horror story, and it is. You dig? Like it's almost like I was saying this on the Misbelief Radio show on the last episode of for all of us, we kept on saying we getting tired of seeing these slave narratives and all that, but police brutality movies are like the new slave narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the modern
Yeah, 'cause we
version.
live in this shit.
Yeah.
We live in this. What we see. This is us.
And it makes those even more palpable to a degree because it's like the slave movies fuck with you, but like you just said, we're living the police brutality stories, dog. That's why to this day I refuse to see Detroit, dog. That joint, everybody explained about how that shows police torturing little black boys, and I'm like, I'm not about to watch a movie where like this.
Yeah, like that torture porn.
This 4-episode joint of When They See Us was enough for make me be like, all right, I made it through it, but whoa, that was deep. You hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't no way I'm about to watch the black boys be actively tortured by a cop. You know what I'm saying? But this story, like, the first 2 episodes were heavy as fuck. The 3rd episode was really good, but it wasn't like as freaking because me and Joe watched the first 2 together, and by after episode 2, you like, you just like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it made nigga not want to even go to the 3rd one for a while. Then I watched the 3rd one, and I was like, okay, the 3rd one it hit, but it don't hit like them 2. But then you get to the 4th one, you're like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
But no, dog, it's some real shit. I think it's required television for everybody out there of all races.
Okay.
Of all races. You
Especially
feel
white
me?
folks. You
Especially
check this
white
out.
folk. Because that's why I think a lot of these movies, like a Detroit, is for. It's not for black people because we know all kind of horror. So all we
We
gotta
live
do
this
is talk to our grandma, our grandpa.
We can
And
talk about some of our own experiences.
that too. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like some of those things that, oh my God, can you believe this happened? Yes.
Yeah, nigga. I got people in all ages that still can tell me about it right now.
Right now, still living.
My mom was born in the 60s. Think some shit she didn't see in the 70s and 80s.
I was talking to somebody who was telling us about how their grandma was a freaking sharecropper.
My great grandma
Right.
was a sharecropper.
Yo, but their grandma still living.
Yeah.
So that's trippy.
But yeah.
See, where's people still living that went through the shit that y'all telling us right now to get over? You gonna tell that old lady to get over it? She saw it. She actually lived it.
Still
Leah
alive,
Chase died in
dude.
96, huh?
Nigga, what type of shit that rest in peace? Miss Leah Chase. Chase, we know who's gonna shout out and those in NOLA'Murica, but fuck it, we shout out now.
Here,
But
I'll
like,
highlight right
dog, New Orleans legend Leah Chase, dog, that you know what shit you see in 100 years?
That's
100 years? I'm giving you that round up, baby. You get 100 years.
Yeah, you did 100.
Being black give you more years on your docket. Black woman?
Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah.
Right. You go 1,000 and got it, yeah. But
Yeah, 1,000, you hear me?
That's when your hair go all like past gray into a silky white.
I just can't in the little life that we've had, we've seen things change to so many degrees. Like the way how life evolves. Like when you're a kid, you hear your mom and your grandma talking that, oh, this used to be that, this used to be that. And now you're old enough, you're like, fuck, I'm that now. This used to be that. This used to be this. And we've seen so many regimes just at where we are. Mm-hmm. Boy, them people that didn't put in fucking 70 years, 80 years, 90 years.
But when they saw Barack Obama get that presidency, there was like never in my motherfucking days
ever
growing up in whatever fucking field, Mississippi or whatever,
anywhere USA,
right.
black
and black. right anywhere up in Harlem,
anywhere world black.
I'm smoking weed in California and I'm like, ain't no nigga will ever be president.
A black American president.
The nigga from 19 whenever they first stepped down off the boat until like niggas start speaking English good. Nigga was like, ain't no nigga gonna be no president. Nigga 1942 ain't no nigga be no 1972 ain't no nigga about to be no president. Jesse Jackson ran. That was nice.
I remember
that was
in high
cute.
School, dog. We used to joke about that shit. Like, we ain't gonna never see no black president. Like that was the joke. Like, nigga, what? Fuck no. You'll always be a white man. Shit, that nigga squeezed through that bitch.
Man, he did that, dog. So it just trips me out. Like, so we look at this movie. There's this 4-part series, and and I'm glad she made it because she brought the human element, the human story to make y'all realize these was kids that was fucked over. Like, cause this happened.
Kids.
I was like 3 years old. I wasn't tapped into the news then. So as I got older, I would hear certain things about this story. But even the things I heard, I did not know these kind of details, the depth that the fuckery of this. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Highly recommend you need to watch it. So when I see someone like goofy ass Candace Owens as a black woman, and I understand, dog. We got these people like Diamond and what's the fucking name?
Diamond and Silk.
And Silk,
yeah, like we have these assigned coons that are getting paid for the freaking attention to be coon, and they're good with selling their souls and such. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, there was even in certain degrees Tommy Lauren don't go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, you a black woman, son. So you mean to say out of all the things that you could be talking about right now, you hear me? Your choice is to call these boys guilty and say that the whole thing was a lie as a black woman. Like,
wow,
I'm like, son, the whole deal is because you're trying to say, there's more of this media shit trying to make black people feel like we're victims and play on our emotions and all this. You know what? I will let you have all of that right-wing conservatives coon bull talk that you're saying about emotional play instead of education. I'll give you that, you know what I'm saying? But when you specifically go and if you've seen the details of all of this and try to say these boys got what they deserved and they still guilty, wow. I'm like, baby. Wow. Does the dollars that much? Like what
I think the power is that much because like it's either I say this for the president or I get my head chopped off.
Her head ain't getting chopped off.
Her ain't get chopped off, dog. She's paid, son.
She's paid, but what I'm saying is that she, like the higher powers that keep her running, they'll chop her head off.
But that's the thing, though, dog. When you get to a position where she's like got that much of a platform, people be listening to her. If she flipped, she would get even more motherfuckers following her shit because
shit. Look at
I would love to
right
see her
out
of my mouth, son.
I would love to see her do it.
That's the thing, son. Because especially when you find out, even with her and Tommy Lauren fucking ass, that y'all ain't start like this. Mm-hmm. You hear me? Because like I said, I know people like that are straight up. They was born black, right? Like there's one thing I know in particular. I stopped. I muted him fully on Facebook because he's always been like this, born and bred. You hear me? But no, when you check they fucking statistics, neither Tommy nor Candace, they was both Democrats at a point fighting for like the people.
That's weird.
So it's
that dollar turned you around.
That's what I'm saying. It's an obvious dollar paradigm shift, dog. Half the shit y'all saying you don't even really believe. So I will allow the troll to get their money, dog. I'm not gonna hate on you. Get it how you live in America, dog. But at a point, I'm gonna judge you, and I gotta look at the bare bones of some of this shit you on. Where are you getting the win at here?
Yeah.
You don't have to say that shit. You gonna be at your exact same position if you don't say that bullshit you saying right now. Maybe you're right, because there gonna be some people that just love the fact that, because there gonna be some people that no matter what gonna think them boys was guilty and she's just appealing to them, and that's just so frustrating. You can get it on you can be a Jedi, but you won't be a Sith so bad.
Yeah. The thing about being black is that she's gonna appeal to white folks to say like, all right, if there's a black person that thinks they're guilty, then my feelings are correct.
It's that pick me shit. Mm-hmm. Like how, because that frustrates me about some women when we talking about like what I mean, like women's rights and shit, misogyny and shit. Sometimes you find women can be even more sexist than some of the most sexist niggas.
Oh, yeah.
And that gets frustrating when you like, son, what the shit I'm speaking for helps you out, woman. The shit I'm speaking for helps you out, black person.
Right.
Why in the fuck are you fighting this? And they just gonna find a way because they just want to be so different or so anti or
people,
so accepted
I think
or whatever.
some people have been pushed to the corner so much that they only know how to swing now. They can't do nothing else. They can only they feel they even though they even not in the corner physically, their mind's still in the corner and they keep fighting out of it.
And even though oftentimes they put themselves in said corner.
Sometimes it does go down like that where you your own worst enemy and put yourself in this corner. But really,
and like you saying, and it could be both. Like maybe actual shit happened, but then after that, like we talk about the black community, but then after that, instead of making it a diamond, you went a different way.
Yeah, and that's funny because that's some kind of play in the mind, and that's not in the brain, but in the mind, which is hard to figure out. Why does the mind do that? What happens in the brain that says, hey, you go this route and you stay on this path? Like, why do you snap? It's kind of the reason why I want to I look at people that are homeless that but are functionable and very smart thinkers, but there's like some of their brain click to where they don't want to do this life shit anymore. Like,
you need something in their mind click.
Yeah.
Because at first when you're saying this concept, I'm like, wait, where's he going with this shit? Because brain, mind. But so what you're saying is the brain knows the technical, what should be done. Like I should go do this, I should go do that.
Body's
boom, boom,
this,
boom,
body
boom, boom.
does that.
I take a bet. But then something
sleep.
you saying there's a thing that you calling like the mind of, but for whatever reason you went left. Or whatever reason you went against what functionally.
Functionally, this is what it is.
Yeah.
But your mind says nope. And went all the way this route with it.
All right, so you're saying mind is a concept within the brain. Continue, my nigga. I just catch up.
And so with Candace Owens, you know what I'm saying? It's like her brain, her mind, not even her, the thing she's spewing is keeping people's minds like that. I kind of got lost a little bit.
Hi.
I did, because we was talking about, when you start breaking down the mind, I was just listening like, yep, that's exactly what I'm
I'm just saying, son, because that's the thing, dog, like, is she doing it for the money and she don't believe this, or she got herself, she worked herself into, the real shit of like, oh, at first I was faking it, but now, I believe it because I've been faking it for so long.
So long, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, you only faking for so long until you believe it yourself for real. The best sellers believe it.
And it just, I don't know, it just pains me seeing like, bitch, you ain't got to do this. Just like
it hurts that you do it because it's such a puppet move that we all see, and you're that token chosen person to do this. It used to be your girl Omarosa.
Yeah, and they're using you. Like it's like you're allowing yourself to be used,
and it's very obvious.
You don't see this?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Well, how much are you worth,
dude? That's what I've been wanting to know. Like, how much are you actually getting paid to say all these things?
Right.
Like, it's got to be something crazy.
How many pounds are you on a dollar?
And the mama Linda Fairstein, the main fucking white woman that got all these boys in that freaking movie, in that freaking story, in that fucking reality, hemmed up. She became. It's so ironic that she became a crime novelist. So it's like, Maya, you was writing your freaking crime book on these boys' lives. It seemed like all the fiction that was thrown around. And all her publicly trying to get a publishing drop. She gets some hell
publishing
now.
did get dropped, and now they're trying to get Amazon and a whole bunch of them to drop her books from their stores.
And she's sticking with a story that she feel like them boys is guilty, etc., etc.
She has no choice.
And it's just ill. You feel me? And I didn't know that Law and Order SVU was based off of her.
Yeah, off her stories. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people saying we might be saying fuck Law and Order. I'm like, wow, something so ingrained into American culture.
I'm not gonna say fuck Law and Order.
You hear me?
But I will not read a book of hers, and
specifically the SVU one.
Damn.
You wasn't gonna read a book of hers any goddamn way.
I wasn't.
Who's looking out? Who's thinking about? Let me get that new hot Linda Fairstein now.
Right.
That bitch popping in the hood.
Niggas at CrimeCon.
Nah, nigga. CrimeCon, you mean?
Yeah.
I was just
Crime Time.
Is that a thing?
Son D, I just had a gig at CrimeCon in Louisiana.
CrimeCon?
CrimeCon is a real thing.
Wow. So was it like a bunch of
He's
lawyers
like,
and
I
judges and
always say, son, everybody is a nerd to something. And this convention is for people that are nerds to the ID channel, crime movies, crime shows.
See this right here, y'all?
Lawyer type nerds, people that's in the law and shit. The con is all about people obsessed with that type shit. Even though it sound like shit for bad guys, like villains. We're going to CrimeCon, y'all. We're going to enjoy all the crimes we did all year.
I ain't gonna lie. What if it was a CrimeCon where like a nigga went there and they all learned about how different crimes would do different things? Like, you know, you go there, it's like, oh yeah, we can show you how to break into a house over here.
This is how you build a super weapon.
This
is the best way to defeat the Power Rangers. This is how I beat Superman last week.
Oh man, the greatest kind of coming in. All right, y'all, hear ye.
Villain Con is here.
We have any questions for Dr. Doom?
We have a special speaker, Mr. Luther's coming in the building. He's gonna give it all his all. But
Brainiac, I see you in the building.
I see you, baby. Keep our Wi-Fi going. But but CrimeCon, son, I had a gig, dog, and it was this thing called the Jury Experience. And it's an experience where the audience, they get to come in, you know, they got food, they got drinks, you know what I mean? They got pads and pencils and pens and shit. And they come here to watch a mock trial that they get to be the jury for. So there's you know, an actor playing a judge, actors playing lawyers, actors playing witnesses, you know what I mean? And I was a nigga on trial, of course, you know, it might be a call, that's right. Well, I was a dude on trial, you know what I mean? We had to memorize all these lines, and we put on a full-blown trial, and then based upon the evidence supposedly, but that's not always the case when you're dealing with juries. It's not always about the evidence put before you, and that's the interesting thing about human perspective and the human brain. But at your circle, at your table, y'all deliberate and see what y'all table feel is the verdict of guilty or not guilty. Right. And it was fucking fun, son. They paid a nigga to do that joint. I had 2 sessions. The first session, I played it as if I was innocent, even though the writer told me, okay, you're guilty. And that's another thing too. At first, when we did our first reading, they didn't tell us whether my dude was guilty or not. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I have to know. Because if you want me to get on the stand, if you want me to do all these things,
right? I gotta know how I'm gonna play it.
I have to know
if I'm not guilty or am I guilty.
And either way
if
it
I'm
goes,
guilty, I'll play it.
And what you're saying is absolutely right, but I'm gonna throw the other layer on that, even on the subconscious tip. Like, you know what I mean? It's one thing when you absolutely know beyond a shadow of a doubt, even in your fibers, that you're innocent, versus you're selling that,
right?
Knowing that you're guilty,
right? Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying.
And that's a different thing.
That's a huge different feeling.
If I have to be this guy, you know what I mean? So she told me what it was. So the first session, I sold it how I'm saying, as if I'm this earnest person. I would never do this. I got caught up. They coerced me into my confession, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if you watching me, I'm like, in it, like I'm scared. And I got not guilty, even though a lot of the evidence, there's 2 key points in the evidence that's like, nah, this nigga guilty, dog. But it's like, there's things that people even thought that I feel like he's lying about this and this, but I still don't think he's guilty. It's interesting what they'll choose. So then the second time they go, okay, we want to see if we could get this next group to make you guilty. So, you know what I mean? Amp up your seemingly guilty. So I tried to
look a little bit more aggressive, black
son. I was more of an asshole.
Before the boy even said a word, guilty. I
was more of an asshole. I was lying less well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was doing all kind of shit like to be like, if you paying attention to me, nah, this nigga should be locked up. Still got a not guilty. Both times. And it's mainly white people in that bitch. That's the thing. In the first one, I saw some black people. I said, none of these black people are going to guiltify me, because one of the things that's happening in it, guiltify me. Because one thing that's happened is it does seem like they coerced my confession. Now, even if they coerced the confession, even though I did kill him, what they said happened ain't necessarily what happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, as soon as black people hear that I may have been coerced, even we talk about when they see us, there's something in your brain that's going to be like, I ain't about to send this black boy to jail. You know what I mean? If there's a coerced confession on the line, I know how these police be.
Coerced, huh? Nah, solve the full case, all right? They come back later.
But no, there's majority white people in the room, in the second one specifically. And the white people, that's what I'm saying, dog, they even was like, I don't think he guilty, even though I was an asshole. It's like, he might
nigga said, yeah, I did it.
Nah, you didn't do it. He ain't do it. Just because you're a dick, that don't mean you're a guilty dick.
Come on. But you're guilty of that, though.
Right? CrimeCon, it's a thing, y'all. There's a con for probably everything. But moving on, how do y'all feel about castration for pedophiles?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I guess.
Alabama,
I'm not a pedophile, so fuck him.
He said, I'm not a pedophile, so let him burn. Alabama lawmakers have just passed a chemical castration bill for convicted child molesters.
Make him a eunuch.
Okay. See, is that effective?
That's my thing that I'm wondering, because when you talk about molestation and rape and all that shit, like people often say it's not about your dick or your attraction or whatever. A lot of times it's mental shit.
But you take away the dick, no matter what your mind gonna do
it,
right?
But they still have hands.
I say they
still have other means to do whatever.
Oh, don't worry, cause the crime gets deeper too. You do it the second time after you've been castrated.
You gonna get your hands cut off?
No, you probably gonna stay in jail forever.
I don't like. That's the thing though. Like when you say it out loud to me, my first thought is fuck them. I'm both of what y'all said is one, I'm not molested, so fuck them. Two, what you said? You just said fuck them off the dump because.
No, I just said because I was just like, oh, they're molesters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if that's what the castration, make them a eunuch. Fuck
No. You said fuck them because they're child molesters. Fuck child molesters. And you saying, well, I'm not one, so it got nothing to do with me. That's what my brain went for both sides. Yeah, that's what it is. So, but just when I think a little deep, I'm like, but does that solve the problem?
I don't think it does. I think they, personally, just thinking about it off the top of my head, they can't hurt people if they're in jail. So they just need to be in jail for longer periods of fucking time. Because they can't fucking harm anybody like that if they're locked up. Like they just need longer, stricter jail time.
When they say chemical castration, they just mean that you got a vasectomy basically.
You gonna burn that dick off, boy.
Oh yeah, no, take your dick off, son.
I ain't gonna burn that dick off.
That's the eternal prison you gotta live in. But real talk.
Everybody, if they mentally ill.
You mentally ill? Now you mentally ill with a no dick. You know what I'm saying? Now you got two problems.
You just want to burn dicks off, huh?
I mean, you burnt it off in that little boy. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that nigga forever need a mental fucking help. You don't need this dick no more. I'm just saying you dishonored the dick. Now you don't need it anymore. You didn't show the dick its proper respect. Therefore, you don't deserve the dick that you have.
So you basically saying just remove the weapon.
Yep.
Even if the hate and the evil is not gone, at least they don't have the weapon.
Yep. Get rid of the dick.
The hands?
What about the hands? The hands can do so much, but I tell you what though, that's what I'm saying.
The hands can kill.
All right, then the fuck they go to jail for murder? Now it ain't child molestation. Now it's murder.
But nah, someone's dead when they don't have to be. Just like that was advocate.
I mean, someone's dead, but they gonna have to be. What, you gonna keep them locked up forever? You can't really police people that much. You gonna go so many levels with it.
How much time do child molesters get?
I'm pretty sure
not enough.
Probably not enough.
And that's my whole point. Like they probably don't get enough time. Period.
I mean, we ain't talking about low level child molestation. Like you see kids at the park and you jerk off. Which I think
I'm talking about all that shit.
But no,
all that shit.
But at certain levels, I feel like because I don't think she get castrated for that.
I hear you because they didn't do the action. They
just they're just real perved out weirdos. But you know what I'm saying? I don't even think. Well, maybe R. Kelly should get something. But I mean,
either way, the current laws should be strict, especially if you carried out the act.
Yeah, like if you got 4-level dog, you took kids in your basement and raped them and shit like that. Yeah, you got videos of kids you did on that.
You can't even do all that. That's the extreme. I mean, even if you uncle and you molested little niece and you take your ass somewhere, man.
That should be 20 years.
Real years off top. 20 years should be the minimum.
Yeah, I would make it just something like that.
I mean, because the thing is, dog, you get them help, but I think that's such a fucked up thing, dog, is that you do a fucked up thing and you will get help for it. You know what I'm saying? You do. All right, yes, you do. You do need some help, but you got to pay for that kind of consequence, dog, because you fucked up someone for real. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what's going on in your mental, dog. And the thing is, I want to tell you to go molest, get molested like you molested that child. But I'm pretty sure that's already happened already, and that's why you where you are.
It ain't never the first time.
Here's a similar case that popped up that I was looking at the time on. Y'all saw about that boy that he's 18 years old, or 17, 18. He's 17, I forget. But 17, 18, he put out that video of him fucking this little girl, this 16-year-old, and he gonna be listed as a
sex offender, yeah.
Sex offender, and he can't even fight it until 40 something. And I was wondering if at first I thought it was for life, and I was like, damn, you gonna make him a sex offender for life from 17? That kind of fucked with me a little bit. But then someone was like, well, this girl gonna have to deal with this forever, especially if that bitch went viral or something. I don't know if it went viral, but let's say if it did, you know what I mean? That's something that's gonna exist that she's gonna deal with mentally forever. So maybe, it makes me torn to think about a 17-year-old for decades have to deal with a dumbass little boy mistake. I don't know. It's just a bunch of
That's a technicality. I think that's where your discernment comes into play as a judge. Like that's some shit that you actually gotta look at
case by case
on a case by case thing. 17 and 16, they're both underage. You know what I'm saying?
But he a
It's
sex offender for life with
like,
the
come on.
possibility to fight it in his 40s.
Because he did his video.
And being a sex offender,
not because they had sex, it's because the video.
It's the video because that's just child pornography and technically real.
It is,
So you know what I mean. So, but like I'm just looking like, dude, like by 30 you didn't realize, son, this that was the worst move I could have made. Like, because even when I'm watching the movie, when they see us, that's what the third episode really starts showing. The fact of, even though the little boys didn't rape that white woman, son, the fact that they was on that freaking docket, they couldn't get no real jobs. They grown ass men and they gotta work like as a janitor or barista and shit.
Just shit jobs.
Shit jobs because it's on their docket and they didn't even do it. Now this boy did do it, so he should get punished. I ain't saying the little boy should get punished. I'm just wondering like how punished is punished, and you might be right on the level of that's case by case dependent.
I think when those ages are like dumb clothes like that, like at those ages, there should be a different process for that altogether.
And I also think that it goes back to what we saying, overhauling some of these laws. Some of our laws, let's say we're talking about child pornography, were not made at the time when we have the internet and we got the viral age and we got the concept of, you do know these little humans under us think differently. They film everything. That's how they are raised. That's how they're framed. So I don't think the little boy had the proper understanding of context to realize you're creating child pornography.
Yeah. And the child himself, so right? Like, how's the child pornography? It's just, you know.
Yes, you're a little shit for making the video and showing people you little fucking shit.
Yeah, you're a little shit.
But you being a little shit for this at 17 isn't something I think I should be judging you for by 30.
Not like a sex offender.
You know what I mean? Like, we need to look at that at least.
Now, if it was like a rape video, then like you process that different. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, process them all different.
Yeah, I mean,
because I'm gonna process the rape one differently from just you sitting y'all having sex. But I don't know.
If I was a judge, I would I wouldn't label him as a sex offender.
No,
but he will do a lot of community service
and
wait.
Yeah,
based around women and understanding of like being what to do and being in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Your community service has to be in that kind of format where you have to learn how to be a better man to women.
It's just like what they do to people that get them domestic abuse charges. They make you go to all those fucking classes and all that shit for all them years or however long until you pay. You gotta go. You gotta. It's that type of shit. The boy, you gotta
do your house arrest for 6 months too.
House arrest, expulsion. There's a bunch of freaking punishments you could throw that will be
a sex offender for life, dog. Because that's not really. That's not your mental.
You not even because I was just talking to on the CrimeCon thing for the gig I got because I was playing an 18-year-old. I was about to shave my face and shit.
You just caught up in a societal thing.
Technically, scientifically, son, you are not mentally stable for real as an adult until you're 25. Mm-hmm. That's what the science shows, and that's the specific reason why they don't let you rent a car until you're 25. So judging a 17-year-old and holding them accountable to when they're 40 is not even scientifically fair because that little 17-year-old ain't even mentally fit yet.
Right, dog.
Over the top.
Like,
that's deep.
And then, like you said, go back to what you said earlier, dog, with the culture of the young folks in the social media and just
we didn't see this coming. We did not prepare for. We're still not ready. We still don't know. It keeps evolving every rip.
There's a camera on every phone.
But like you said, the mental is not there, dog. You know, the mental is not there. Sex offender, bro. I don't know. He should do a lot. He should do a lot. I ain't saying he shouldn't pay for his crimes, but sex offender is something. Someone deserves that time who's done much greater.
Now here goes some motherfuckers that should be paying for these their crimes, man. Y'all heard about them niggas that beat up them 2 lesbian women?
Yeah, that shit was crazy in London. White folks was crazy.
Son,
you know what I'm saying?
What?
I don't understand that shit.
They beat him up and they robbed him.
And robbed them.
So you know what?
Because they wouldn't kiss in front of them at their behest. These niggas had such fucking entitlement that they was like, you 2 bitches gay, kiss or we gonna beat you up and rob you. What in the fuck?
I don't think that them niggas was like, because they were lesbian, I think them niggas were just fucking sickos who saw somebody like, they were just like.
No, it's because they were lesbian. They were together.
No,
that's
they
what
were.
Women said.
They were saying that, but I'm talking about the people that beat them up. For you to do some shit like that as a group, dog, and rob them, because the thing is, you didn't just beat them up, you robbed them. That lets me know, dog, like y'all a terrorist group. Y'all go around terrorizing people.
Yeah, right.
Y'all did this to this lady and tell them to kiss on some sexy shit. But there's some other people, you probably did some old folks some shit, because y'all just like a hateful ass group of people.
They're just hateful.
Possibly, but that also does not mean that their end towards them was because these women were gay. If that one was sitting at one part of the fucking bus and the other one was sitting at another part of the fucking bus, that don't mean them two women would have got robbed or beaten or any of that shit necessarily. They might have found another mark based off the hatred that's in them. But I'm saying that their issue with not complying with what these niggas want them to do, being so fucking hateful. Oh, you bitches ain't listening? Like that's like their end was homo fucking phobia and misogyny and shit. On top of everything you're saying, I'm saying I think
the end is tyranny.
I also think, dog, like, I see what you're saying, but I think if they were doing anything, that would have been their end. Like, if they were sitting there with a guitar, they'd be like, play me a fucking song, bitch, or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly.
And then, like, beat them up and rob them.
Possibly.
Like, that's what it kind of, like...
And the only reason I say that is because they robbed them.
Yeah,
it's like, dog. It's a hate crime for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about that, dog. You did, right, you said spewed hateful shit.
Said kiss.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You're right,
like,
because they're lesbian. You said all that shit.
But they also at the same time could have just decided to rob them after they whooped their asses. That's also possible. I beat their asses. They knocked out. Oh, let's rob them. Yo, hey, let's take this shit. That might not have necessarily been a premeditated thing.
It has the potential to not be. It could have been something that could have been spur of the moment, like let's take this shit. But normally that just seemed like some shit that they just like them niggas like some terrorist ass niggas. But at the same time, I seen white boys just randomly in groups of shit do some weird ass shit on beaches and shit to people. Right. Like what the fuck? You can get drunk and go crazy.
I'm saying
people too in general. But
I'm not saying what you're saying is absolutely wrong or impossible at all. What I'm saying is based on what they said from what we got. They just some white boys was on one. You know what I mean? And the thing is, they caught 4 suspects. They have 4 suspects in custody.
That's good.
But the way these women broke the story down, dog, it was a lot of that machismo, a lot of that power bullshit, a lot of what you were saying, but it's also because these women are gay. They were targeted, and that
between 15 and
18, they was kids.
You know what I mean? So they were, and there's some immature motherfuckers. They
it's
go
some
back.
Old poor ass rough rats ass kids running around neighborhoods beating up people and shit, doing dumb shit. These kids ain't got
I don't know their status, but you know.
And go back to these little shits. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder would they be freaking I wonder how much time they gonna get.
Yeah.
Between 15 and 18 if they're around that age, I wouldn't say they get too much and they're white, they might not get too much time.
They in a London system.
But this also goes also to the culture. You feel me? In these little niggas' minds, you know what I mean? Oh, y'all bitches supposed to do what we say, and oh y'all gay? Oh, cause remember, a lot of motherfuckers won't be down with 2 niggas being gay, but love them some lesbians. Mm-hmm. And because y'all is lesbians, we've been taught even from 15 years old that lesbians are there for us to watch kiss.
Nigga, what? Love me some lesbians and Popeyes.
Oh God. Oh man, I'm glad because I remember when the story first dropped, these little niggas wasn't caught. But I'm glad people were caught. You feel me? And
little niggas, that's so crazy.
It's
bro.
deep,
What's
dog.
going on with the youth out there?
And this other story, dog. This nigga almost made hero highlights. I want to ask y'all opinion on this, dog. This dad was ruling on I'll fuck you and your daddy up. Man arrested defending his gay son from bullies.
All right, check this out.
It's my kid, dude.
Yeah, I think he could have probably been better.
Well, let me read the story for him, and then I'm gonna see what you're saying.
All right.
The Alabama father who burst into a school classroom and threatened students who were allegedly bullying his gay son will not serve time behind bars.
Okay, so that's becoming a thing. Like this is the 4th or 5th article I've seen of somebody's parent like busting into a high school classroom and be like, "Don't fucking fuck with my kid."
Okay, I heard about one other one. If you seen
I
four,
heard about 3 or 4.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But wait, let me finish this story. We're gonna get to that because it's interesting. I didn't think about it as becoming a thing. Mm-hmm. So wait, hold that one. Edward Williams signed a plea deal that requires him to serve 6 months probation and pay a $1,000 fine. Williams must also take classes in anger management and victim awareness and perform 10 hours, that's not much, of community service, according to Associated Press. In an interview, Williams said, "You can ask anybody, I don't play about my kids. I was a bully at the same time, and I don't want to promote bullying. I should have handled it another way, but at the same time, to see my daughter was going to be in the situation, it was not going to be healthy for her." Williams had been charged with disorderly conduct and disturbing the school function and could have faced 4 months in prison had he been convicted. It is not clear what punishment, if any, the alleged bullies received. Audio of the incident revealed Mr. Williams saying to one of the bullies, "I will fuck you and your daddy up." Williams then confronts the middle school students he says have been bullying his son, who recently came out as gay. "I'm gonna fuck you up. Tell your parents come see me and I'll fuck them up too." Williams reportedly threatened the teacher as well. "If something happens to my boy, I'm gonna fuck you up too."
Right, listen,
School officials contacted law enforcement and Williams was arrested.
I commend your realness.
He said this young man, well, Williams' attorney said the father was just trying to protect his child. This young man has been bullied since he came out and started school. And I think any parent will react the same, and that's the story. What you saying?
Hey, dog, I respect how you came. Hindsight, I guess, because I'm not full of rage like you was at the time. In hindsight, I probably would have talked to the kids' parents first to see what they could do about it, and then from there move on. But like, I also talked to the teacher one-on-one. I probably wouldn't have busted in the school and then busting the door down like, all right, which one of you little motherfuckers is it?
What if we did all that and nothing changed? 'Cause that happens too.
Usually,
you gotta take your kid out of school.
That'd be the case, and like that's the fucking problem, son. Like these teachers and these schools and these principals and shit, they like really don't be helping these fucking children. They be knowing, son, but like they don't do anything.
That's true, but also you can't come in there like you got some teachers you gotta work with. You can't come in there threatening the teacher like, listen, I'll fuck you up too.
Yeah, you can't threaten the fucking teacher, but fuck, that's your kid.
So that's very true. But at the
I think
same
it goes
time,
to your brain mind thing that you were talking about earlier, Joe. Your brain probably know everything, all this real shit you saying right now. We all know technically everything you're saying is absolutely correct. True. And this nigga, Mr. Williams, probably knew I should not do this. But there is some level. Like we said, everybody got their meter, everybody got their level.
And your children is
whatever his little daughter said, and whatever his son said, 'cause it was his daughter and his son getting fucked over. Whatever his children kept coming to him saying that wasn't getting changed, set that man off on that particular day. That's and why it's
and kids be killing other kids too, son.
And also
like
one another, and the other epidemic that we have going on is
suicide.
Child suicide is rising from bullying,
which is so weird.
From bullying, dog.
Child suicide.
You heard me? Remember, these are different generations. Different generations come with different ways of thought, and we gotta respect. Okay, that's your generation. That's what you're going through. So at the same time, you're absolutely right, Joe. But D is absolutely right. It's like that's one of them. That's one of them. Like, son, I cannot judge this man because I cannot, with a clear conscience, say I would not do the same if I've been going to the teacher, if I've been going to the principal, if I've been going through the proper channels, if I've been pushing all this shit, and I can't afford to take my kid out to school because I have to keep him in this district or whatever happens to shit going on. I barely might even got the motherfucker in this bitch.
Right.
You hear me? Or if I'm paying for the motherfucker to be in this bitch, and because I want him to be above whatever's here, and I'm paying money to see my kids get bullied. I can't say I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't flip the fuck out and make a bunch of threats. He ain't hit nobody. That's why he ain't getting no goddamn time. He just went in there threatening motherfuckers. And if we just go in there threatening motherfuckers, I think I might do that shit.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna make my presence known.
As a parent of the kids who are getting threatened, I'd be like, well, damn. You could have talked to me.
But what if you did? I'm only going up like on the level of you don't go through those channels, then you tripping. You feel me?
Yeah, but you went through all the channels?
But let's say you went through all the proper channels and your kids still running to you with, no, they're not leaving me alone.
All right, well, let's go beat everybody up.
Nigga. So, but at the same time, you're right about their proper channels. So yeah, dog, I just saw this story, and most people feel the same of you can't help but have such a, like being dear to Mr. Williams.
You gotta be Cersei behind your kids, dog.
Cersei, motherfucker.
I applaud any parent that got their kids back, son. That's what it's supposed to be, and that's just that, son.
That is just.
And I want my kid to feel that they know that daddy got my fucking
back.
Your
back, bro.
I'm not gonna. I know you can lie sometimes, so I ain't gonna just ride every fucking time you say every fucking little thing. You also got to deal with things in life and adversity. I can't just be saving you every time. Right. But there's key moments, discernment, like we always say, where you know as a parent, neither of us parents besides Joe, but I just feel in my freaking bones that I'm gonna know those moments where it's time for daddy to rise up, and I ain't letting my kid down no kind of way.
Yeah.
Shouts out to all the good motherfucking pops out there, you hear me?
Yeah.
And moms, you know, it's all go both ways. Because like you said, a lot of other stories, mama's riding up on fucking people. One mama did put her hands on a little girl. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I seen it in high school myself.
You saying live at 5.
I never thought I'd see it in my high school, dog, with the reputation it used to have. But them fucking parents pulled up, and them other parents pulled up, and it was a gang royale. It was students and teachers all fighting. I mean, students and parents all fighting each other, dog. It was crazy. All women, though.
Well, you know, Amazon shit, dog. You know, it's New Orleans ass things, dog. But yeah, y'all, that was that ETOUFEE of the day.
Oh my goodness.
We covered a lot of shit. We didn't cover everything, but I mean, I still think we had a great conversation, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moving on to that dose of NOLA'Murica.
We got to stop fighting. Your brother cannot be your enemy. We used to hang from trees, and now we're who they all want to be. But we're star proceeds.
Algiers woman shot her ex-boyfriend in the head after breakup. An Algiers woman was arrested and booked with attempted second-degree murder after authorities say she shot her former boyfriend in the head during an argument over that breakup.
The victim, a 35-year-old railroad man, survived the shooting and managed to drive himself to a hospital.
Was shot with a 22.
Real nigga though, you heard me? You got shot in the head and you made it to the hospital, son. Don't dump no Westbank girls with this story.
Dude, god damn it.
The shooting occurred May 18th in a parking lot of business in the 1500 block of Manhattan Boulevard.
Wow.
That's
Right on Manhattan. For everybody that's not from New Orleans or from the West Bank of New Orleans, Manhattan is like a busy street.
Yeah, it's a busy street. That's
so
a wide open area.
Apparently the nigga, they got into an argument and he pulled out a knife.
Well, no. She pulled it out.
His name is his name, her name Phillips?
That's her last name. The woman's name is Denise Phillips, 34.
Okay. So she pulled out a knife?
Peep how the setup go, dog. Denise Phillips parked behind his car, blocking him in first. And then because he had just dumped her after being together for 5 years. They argue, and then she pulled out a knife. And they don't got no details after the knife, but they know that she shot him in the head.
Wow, all right.
Oh my God.
Nigga.
Oh, wow. It was a 9mm casing. Damn, hit her with a 9 on that boy. Damn,
Boy.
she was trying to murder you, son.
Boy.
She need to be locked up.
She's being held with a $250,000 bond. Damn, girl.
Don't dump a West Bank girl.
Don't do it to yourself.
Not like that.
At least not Miss Phillips.
Not Miss Denise.
Not from that family.
Yeah.
Remember that last name.
Remember that last
5
name.
years, you might as well. You're in it for the long haul.
All right,
Till death
man.
do you part for real.
So I actually know another Phillips that's kind of crazy on some shit. That's what's fucked up.
You better watch. You heard me? Next up, we got this 18-year-old supervillain in training, apparently.
Bruh,
Look at this
18-year-old
shit.
booked in Central City, of course in Central City, quadruple shooting, 81 burglary counts across New Orleans. This man was a one-man spree.
How?
I'm a little intrigued by how good you are, son.
How? That's why I say you supervillain status, my nigga. Quadruple murder, 81?
I think he was just going for the record.
Damn, Theron Glover.
Nigga.
Over the weekend, with the arrest of 18-year-old New Orleans resident Theron Glover, it expanded into a tangle of alleged auto break-ins throughout the city, some from months earlier, resulting in dozens of charges, as well as allegations that Mr. Glover shot 4 people in Central City a few days before he's accused of stealing Honda. Damn, dog.
Bruh.
I'm glad they caught this nigga, because that was like a big chunk of crime that y'all just stopped.
New Orleans. Check this out. So New Orleans police over the weekend booked Glover on 4 counts of aggravated battery in May 13th shooting he allegedly bragged about on social media.
See?
These new niggas, dog.
Now, because you want brag and all that, you are accused of 81 counts of simple burglary, typically associated with vehicle break-ins, and to court records.
So it's like, dude, this is a different kind of motherfucker we have below us. And I hate that millennials get blamed for shit that, what they is Generation Z on, you know what I mean? The little Zoomers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Dude, if you're born after 2002, you're a different type of motherfucker. You were born into a different kind of world than us born in 1982. You heard me? Because millennials are 82 to 02. You heard me? The older ones of us, we knew what it was to not have no internet. And that's a funny position to be in because some people was born in the latter side of the millennials and they don't know life without the internet. Right. But the motherfucking generation under us, they are in a world where the internet it's just everything. Is getting cell phones at 6 and shit. Right, you know what I mean? It's like a different world, a different mentality, son.
But that's got to be the dumbest thing to be like, dog, bragging about some kind of shooting you did on social media, dog.
Come on. Any crime,
dog.
I would think that would be the most common of common sense not to brag about your crime shit, dog. On social. You're supposed to brag about your crime, period.
Discretion, dog.
Did you see Goodfellas, little nigga?
Do you watch? You don't have a grandma that watch Matlock or something?
They didn't have no social media back then, boy. That nigga was bragging to he bought some shit. Oh, you too loud. I'm gonna kill everybody.
Right.
One nigga was too loud. And fucking Robert De Niro got everybody murked, nigga. And your ass up.
Actually, 2 niggas.
Well, him and his wife, and then another nigga pissed him off, and it set him off. But still, at the same time, son, everybody got murdered because 2 niggas wanted to shine. And them niggas weren't even telling the world. They just want to shine.
You telling the whole entire world.
No.
Dog, people, please understand that the cops are on social media looking for this type of fuckery.
Tell them,
Like, they are on there. The fucking feds are on every social media channel looking for this type of shit because
fuckery.
They know,
fuckery. All types of fuckery.
All types of fuckery because niggas be bragging, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram and Snapchat. Like, they always snitching on themselves, like, all day, every day. So don't be stupid.
You ain't a real nigga if you snitching on yourself.
Right.
Can we just let that be this? I'm not here to judge none of you criminal type motherfuckers unless you're snitching on yourselves. Then I'm judging you because that's like Joe said, day one shit.
Yeah, come on now.
Day one shit, dog. Anyway, dog, let's get to that. No, huh?
Bitch, I know you lie.
Bitch, I know you fucking lie. I know you fucking lie. Bitch, I know you fucking lie. I know you fucking lie. I know you fucking lie.
So how y'all felt about all that shit with this lady where she put $2,000 into a billboard asking Tyler Perry to give her a job?
It's a little uncouth.
Good news is you went a long way. Bad news is you spent it the wrong way. Cause $2,000 on a billboard asking nigga for a job is a quick way to get shaded. And shade he did.
Yeah, he did.
And man said, I already saw you. You was in this play already. You were good.
No, she saw her episode on this TV show that she booked on her own. You didn't book that from getting a goddamn billboard, motherfucker. You booked that through the proper channels. Your agent. She said she spent 2 months rent on that, and I'm like, that's when it goes from being a calculated risk to dumb.
That's
goofy. Who told you that this was a good idea?
Yeah.
Who psyched this up for you?
It smacks of
desperation.
You being a rookie, you're desperate, you don't understand how the business really works.
And she's not a rookie, but apparently
she is.
But second part,
you just don't understand how this process is. Like, at most you'll get an audition that you still have to ace and fit the part for, which your $2,000 cannot buy. Like, even that money was spent better. Like,
she's not even from that, son. She's put in Atlanta. She's from Illinois.
But that's where she lives when she's based in Atlanta. But Tyler Perry Tyler Perry said 3 other actors have tried this shit with him. And
that's because people are followers.
And he's letting them all know that, look, don't do this.
Don't waste your money, dog.
Don't waste your money. That money can be better allocated towards your career. That's how I felt about it. Because first and foremost, I'm going to give her props on creativity and audacity.
That's what I was going to say. You took it right out of my mouth. The audaciousness of it, I will give her credit for that. But just that.
I'm going to give you that, Mom, because, you know,
I think to me, that's what pisses me off. The audacity.
But I'm going to give her props for her audacity, dog. Like you said, you went the wrong way with it. But the fact that you had the balls.
Yeah, you had the balls.
And the belief in yourself to take that gamble, because it could have went a better way. You never know. Tyler Perry might have been like, you know what, Raquel? Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. You know what I'm saying?
Then it would have been a genius move.
Right. But off the dump, spending that much money for a billboard, basically trying to pay for an audition, that's where I go left with it. It's like, my nigga, you could use that money to try to, I don't know, go somewhere, try to get better management, get better agency. There's so much you could have done with that money instead of trying to beg for an audition, telling Tyler Perry that you put him in a corner. Like, you know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, now I gotta react, or now I gotta respond to that. And then a bunch of people see it work for you, and now he gotta entertain everyone that does it after you. It's just not good business.
What's the point of audition process?
And you ain't putting him in you putting him in a fucked up position. Yeah. Like you said, what's the point of audition process? Now you just billboard it up and pay for it.
Just
and
billboard.
You got a billboard? All right, come on.
Fuck the grind. And
another had a bad president.
And another thing too is, like, we got her name in front of our face right now. You feel me? I'm not gonna say it for the point of my point. Your average person don't know your name, man. We just know you that lady that put that billboard up. So some people's like, well, people are gonna know her. No, they not. Your average casting director ain't gonna. If you know for anything, you have to tell them that you that lady that put that billboard up. Most people that's talking about this story ain't saying blah 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 is her name.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something, dog. She was supposed to be, in her mind, be known for the lady that put the billboard up.
But that's what you want to be known as, or you want known as an actor?
But what she gonna be known as is the lady who didn't book the gig and got read by Tyler Perry.
Well, she'll be known as both. She'll be known as that lady that put that billboard up. Then Tyler Perry read that ass, and she didn't even get the motherfucking gig anyway.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
2 stacks on this.
She thought she was gonna be like, this is gonna be a win. No, history. No, the future. has shown you different love.
But again, your audacity is amazing, son. But I
I
feel like
think
somebody
so.
should have sat you down and been like, "This is how this can come across.
Yeah.
This can come across this way. Are you prepared for at least knowing that
$2,000
this can come across
2
this
months
way?"
rent, dog. You tripping.
For a billboard that he might not even see.
I mean, he fucking saw it.
Oh, somebody
He did see it, but you know.
But like $2,000 2 months. Dog. The thing is like you.
That's a lot of money, dog.
Someone help you waste that money. Only for a nigga to tell you no, basically.
But that
and go audition.
That's what he said. Go audition. And
Dog,
some people are saying
$2,000 is gone now.
and some people are saying that
For encouragement.
because that's all she got from it was encouragement. And you got he even said people like me gonna look at you sideways doing things like that. And
you got like a psycho.
And let's look at the freaking context, dog. If I'm a nigga that was homeless and I had to really grind from the absolute bottom to get what I got, you hear me? Am I gonna really respect you trying to skip the line by paying for it? Because that's who Tyler Perry is.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
I was homeless in a car.
Right.
Yeah, facts.
And now you telling me that you're billboard, I need you. Are you Angela Bassett? Because that's what I had in my last movie.
You hear me? He the first, like Taraji even said, she the first person ever paid her $500,000 just respecting and recognizing her talent and what she worth.
So
you hear me? Come on, son. Like, this is big business, man. He'll break you off if you work for it, son. But you can't be skipping the line of dudes. You hear me? Like, I often say, like, put in your time. You're gonna get what's for you. But you gotta put in that penance. I understand she been doing this for some years. She got 2 kids and shit. She been putting in her time. And I understand this game is mental, so it'll fuck you in the head, dog. But you gotta take that's part of it.
Yeah.
You just gotta take it.
right.
You just gotta take it, man. Next up, bro, this lady killed her baby so she could smoke some weed.
Wait,
yeah, I
what?
heard that stupid ass story.
She gave her baby fentanyl in a sippy cup because she wanted to relax and smoke marijuana. Her name is Janae Pratt, 23.
I don't like how they're attaching the marijuana part to it in that way. Because to me, it just sounds like she's just a fucking sick murderer.
She is a sick murderer,
Who
but
just killed
I
a fucking kid.
I think that was the quote that they had to, because it just, what a quote, right? I want to
Because
smoke
they're
some
gonna
weed.
like use that quote to like try to be like, you know, weed shouldn't be legal and things like that. Like that's propaganda.
She was found not guilty of first-degree homicide and third-degree homicide, which were possible alternative guilty verdicts on the general homicide charge.
What?
I think she got manslaughter and endangering the welfare of her baby though. So she get some time, but she ain't get the first degree because they couldn't prove that she intentionally killed her daughter or meant to kill her daughter.
Nigga said
That sounds like bullshit.
Hey,
it was so much
lawyer
fentanyl,
shit.
dog. They said so much fentanyl, dog, that it was enough to put on 2 horses.
You put fentanyl in the sippy cup.
But that reasonable doubt, like I said,
No. The thing is,
CrimeCon.
she doesn't say she put fentanyl in the cup. She doesn't say that. She takes the claim of I don't know how I got in there.
You don't know how fentanyl got into a child's sippy cup.
That's
okay.
that was the shit she was rolling with. How did fentanyl get in the sippy cup?
She gonna get some time, son, dog, but I just can't respect parents that do things to their children.
Why you get a child for adoption?
Right.
You gonna get a child. Fuck, you let a child be raised by wolves.
Y'all
but
motherfuckers
still.
be making me want to feel like, man, they need to be like something that you gotta sign or you gotta apply to be able to have kids. Like some of y'all really shouldn't
You
be
wanna
having
smoke
children.
weed?
I ain't
Go
saying
smoke
weed
your
should
weed.
be
Why
the
you couldn't smoke the weed around a child? I ain't saying you should do or don't, but I'm saying that weed shouldn't be the deciding factor and you chilling and have chill time
Right.
for fentanyl and your sippy cup
And
of a child.
And I go back to what D was saying, like this dumbass one isolated incident, someone can flip to be like,
I mean, there's some conservative
the
out there.
dumbass
like,
white, I mean, the
weed
dumbass
makes you want to
weed
put
heads.
your baby to sleep for life. I
I
hate
don't
people.
like it.
Taco Bell motherfucking got hit up because they ran out of tacos. I do feel them on this level. Bitch, you called Taco Bell. You're supposed to have tacos. Yo, you better put up a freaking big ass.
We got the soft shell.
They had none. They had no tacos.
We closed.
We got burritos, huh?
So it's like, nigga, you need to put up a thing and cover up the taco part. And it should be just Bell for that whole day. If you coming to Bell, you gonna accept what we got.
Bel Grande.
You ain't real Bell Grande, but yeah, we don't have tacos today, yo. But like, yeah, police came out and said, but that sounds like some Slidell ass shit.
That's some North Shore shit.
Police, get out here quick.
What's the
going on?
problem? Taco Bell ran out of taco shells.
Oh, let me come there and see this crime scene.
That's what you need to get arrested for. Y'all coming at Jussie, who your boy said he ain't coming back to Empire for the last season.
No, huh?
Say nope. Lee Daniels said that.
Well, check this out, dog. Real talk. I think that when you do stupid shit like lie on crimes or call police for stupid shit, it should be a fine. And each fine go up, you know, with different consequences each time you do it.
And it should be a big fine off the dump.
Off the dump. You wasted our time. We could have been doing some other shit.
$200.
Come on, something.
200?
More than that.
That's gonna start off. And we're gonna get to like about a rack.
I think it should be like 5 bands.
Ooh.
I
felt somewhere in the middle. But
you ain't gonna fucking
man, you gonna fuck
with them cops like that.
No.
Well, too fucking bad. Don't fucking prank call emergency services.
Ooh, real.
Unless you got 5 bands and or jail time.
Ooh.
Because you're gonna get one of the two. You're either gonna go to jail or you're gonna pay 5.
You might do both depending on how you handle it.
Ooh. Fuck it.
It's that simple, dog. Just make it so absurdly high that you just naturally just probably ain't about to do this dumb ass shit.
Some people be like, even for real shit, and they pick up the phone, they can be like, wait, is this 911-able?
Right.
Because I don't know if I want to take that $5,000 lick.
He got a stick. I can defend myself.
Right. I think I can handle him with this stick.
You know,
if they come here and decide to tell me that my shit ain't 911-able, I'll hang it up.
You might as well kill me.
That's what's called thinking before you do something.
Consequence, yeah.
It's a lot that could go in. That shit's layered.
But it's layered.
Let's get to the hero highlights. We get the fuck up out of here.
Hero highlight.
And we all happy, feeling good inside. Cause people doing good in the world of purity fuckery. Like the shine a light on a person, on a nigga, doing good. In the pure world of purity fuckery. Fuckery.
Shouts out to Rihanna, richest female singer in the game. Surpassed Beyonce because she went straight business mogul on the masses.
You can't fuck with
Still
a
working
dog.
Jay-Z?
Make up some.
Well, I mean, Jay-Z got to make the list just because we talked about that on side 8. You know, first hip-hop billionaire, Jigga. But right now, Rihanna is leading the charge out of all women musicians as far as making that money. And y'all know I love me some Rihanna, dog. So I don't got to throw her on this motherfucker.
Every time I look at Rihanna, dog, I be like, man, I remember you came out with Ponder Replay.
Ponder Replay, down, something I got down.
And I thought, I ain't gonna lie, dog, I put it out there on record. I didn't think, it's not that I didn't see nothing in her. I just didn't see nothing in her. Really? So I thought she was not gonna blow like this.
I mean, you can't ever see the
you can't see that.
Yeah,
but I really, what I saw, I was like, nah, this Ponder Replay shit, she better be like Sean Paul.
But that was a big hit.
It was cool.
Ponder Replay was a hit.
Yeah.
You ever be like, I saw what Jigga saw in her, but the thing that first impressed me, the song that first impressed me with Rihanna was what the name of the song was?
What it's about?
Unfaithful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though she knows I'm unfaithful.
Dog, that shit that shit surpassed her just being this pop act for me.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, that song rock. All right, Riri. And I always thought she was hot. You know, that's one of my top favorite female celebrities. If you follow me on Insta and on any social media, you see that. Shouts out to her. Shouts out to Zoe Saldana. Not Zoe Saldana, Zoe Kravitz. I see y'all. But yeah, bruh, big time. I like seeing big dog black women doing big dog boss shit.
She's doing some major shit.
You hear me? Get that shit in.
Yeah, not playing.
All right, shouts out to LeVar Burton. You feel me? He's getting a park named after him.
You deserve it.
Sacramento Park to be renamed after the former Reading Rainbow star LeVar Burton. And he ain't just Reading Rainbow. That man is a pillar in the black community. Reading Rainbow,
Star Trek.
you know what I mean? Star Trek, Roots, all that, dog. Like, and Reading Rainbow is, of course, an amazing legacy to leave, though.
Yes.
Of course.
I mean, he held my childhood in his reading hands.
Dude, he's like how we have Mr. Rogers, we have, you know, LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton.
Take a look.
It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. Oh, that's the first one. And the second one was
I can't. That's what it was.
I mean, I was 2 Reading Rainbow. I'm saying one was low, one was high. But anyway, shouts out to LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking? That's what it is.
You can tell niggas that didn't watch it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was that little Reading Rainbow.
Right.
Reading Rainbow. Yeah, you gotta know that shit, man. So shouts out to him.
Yeah,
big up. So Russell Williams, man, went viral recently doing ballet with his daughter. And again, Russell Williams reminded y'all niggas that there's many ways to be a nigga, and I fuck with him with that, dog. Like,
man,
just the image of him doing it, like, I just dig it.
God damn, that child got so big so fast.
I mean, people
I feel
grow
like Sierra just had this baby. But wow, I was very happy to see it. I was like, that's what but I don't expect nothing less.
Yeah, dog. Anything that challenges the fucking false ideas.
I'm pretty sure LeBron was right next to him.
That we have about black masculinity, dog, makes me go like, yeah, bro. Like, a black man can do whatever the fuck, son. He wants to goddamn do, and it's still a black man's prerogative.
There was a black man who, like, the girl was doing a recital, and she started crying on the set, so he got up on stage and started dancing with her.
Yeah, that was a while ago. That went viral a few years ago. I remember that shit. That shit was tight, though. You know what I mean? Big ups also to Marlon Wayans, who lays into homophobes trying to spread their foolishness after he posts tribute to his daughter. So Marlon Wayans put up, his daughters are gay, and it was Pride Month, so he tried to shout her out. And then people trying to come at him like, she too young to even know this. And Marlon Wayans is like, boy, if you don't get the whole...
That nigga Marlon told him, go hate your own kids.
Right, straight up.
Like, that's the most ignorant nigga, like, go hate your own kids.
And his daughter's fucking 19. She knows who she is at 19. Fuck out of here.
I know I like girls at 10.
Nigga, I know I like
5, really.
Dude, yes. I'm saying pre-K elementary. I remember liking girls, dog. Like, you know, and if you don't know as young as we knew, you're gonna know by 19. Yeah. At least you're gonna know by 19 at the very least if you're queer in some way.
Right.
You feel me? Even if it's not, if you don't know if you're full blown bi or gay or what have you, you're gonna know if you're attracted to more than just the opposite sex or not by 19. Period. Yeah.
Period.
You hear me? Wait, what did he say? Wayne's reply, she's 19, she's who she is until she don't choose differently. Love her for her, not what I want her to be. You think if you support her, you're good. Wrote another person, being a parent is blah, blah, blah. Fuck them. He said there's technology, I got the means, so thank you, shallow motherfucker. Go hate your own kids. You hear me? And I'm feeling him on this. Once again, you standing up for your peoples, because Dwayne Wade been doing the same shit for his little boy, man. I don't know how he identifies, but what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just love to see so many black men being like, yo, I don't care if my kid gay. That dude, us growing up, we had no images of that.
Yeah.
Well,
we grew up in the clown.
You got a gay son, you got to throw him away.
Son, that's what we really grew up
to the
in.
furnace.
So all the jokes was against that. You know what I mean? So to be
that was a curse,
son. So to be 2019, and these are like
you rather your girl, if she gonna be gay, nothing before your son.
Dog, I mean that's the joke, that's the stereotype, that's the cliche, that's everything about how we grew up. So of course I don't mean it's cured in any way, but to see so many like these black men in these public eyes being so supportive of their gay kids, yes, that's what we can. You know, so many times we say we ain't getting nowhere, there's no progress. No, that's actual examples of progress. You hear me? So, you know, tip the hat off. Last up in the hero highlight. And shouts out to Nick Cannon, though. That was a rumor that Nick Cannon backed out that Dr. Sebi documentary.
Nick Cannon said, man, like, I still got it going on.
Shut the fuck up. Get out my business.
I just stopped believing that shit because I found out Dr. Sebi was some other shit, too.
You hear me? But, and also, last shout out is to who, I don't know his real name, but Craig No Friday with 2 Y's on Twitter, who went viral for It's Above Me Now.
It's above me.
But you called me a
I
fucking
need
nigger.
to stay here. My mother died.
I understand that, but you called me a fucking
sorry.
nigger.
I'm sorry.
You weren't sorry when you said it on the phone.
Listen, there was
No,
people
but
screaming
at
and
the end of the day, in the climate that we live in today's society,
I said I'm sorry.
I understand that, but it's above me now.
I need a room tonight.
Well, there's the Best Western next door.
No, please, let me hear. My daughter's here.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I was on the phone when you said it.
I said I'm sorry. Please, I've had a horrible day
And I had a horrible time when hearing that.
You know,
It's above me. She called me a fucking nigger.
Sir, my grandma just
I
died.
understand that, but it's above me.
Please let me.
It's above me. Sorry.
My
The Best Western is next door.
Sir, the rest of our family
I
is here.
understand that, but it's above me.
Please, I
She
apologize.
said what she said.
I understand that.
I understand.
She's very.
Yes,
It's above me now.
and he's created a black proverb. It's above me. It's above me now. The song is pretty freaking catchy.
It's above me now.
See how they
It's
start
above me now.
crying, dog? Like, dog.
Right when they lose their power and realize, oh wait, I need you for something for real. Dog, she was in that bitch.
Start crying. My mother died. Somebody died. Please.
Man, so I wasn't trying to hear that shit. She called me, but I had a hard time. I had a hard time hearing
that too. She called me a fucking nigger, ma'am. And then it comes so entitled, this is my mother. The rest of our family is in this hotel.
I understand, but it's above me.
It's
now.
above me. She called me this. That is what
Take
it
it
is.
up with HR.
all kind of shit. I'm crying now. He like, I ain't trying to hear that. Oh, he even got this. He even got the. He got a cartoon. You better make this opportunity to get some money. My nigga got the shirts now. The Best Western is next door. It's above me now, son. Flip this, man. Get your money, son. He is
Western is next door.
Dude,
I need that one.
It's Craig.
The Best Western is next door.
He ain't got his real name on here, but his name on Twitter is @Craig No Friday 2 Y's. You definitely making the hero highlight over here because one, how you handled it. Like his dude, he handled it tactfully. He handled it properly. He had the best composure. Nice. You feel me? Like he didn't plan to necessarily, be funny, but he still was funny. It just was how everything was handled, dog. That's how you handle them motherfuckers, dog, in their own way.
It's all above me now.
It's above me now, Carl. It is what it is. There's the Best Western next door. Go get it in. So yeah, thank you, y'all. This was episode 82, side B.
Wait, before we go, I want to shout out to, like I said, we pay our respects to Leah Chase, and we also want to pay our respects to Dr. John. The musician that just passed from New Orleans. So I want to shout those are two iconic heroes who just went on. And apparently another person who was very famous in New Orleans, a writer, had passed on. And I was like, damn, power of 3. But yeah, Dr. John, Leah Chase, I wanted to throw them in a hero highlight before we close out.
All right. Shouts out. So hit us up at flywithbats@gmail.com if you want to holler at us, you want to talk to us, you got something to say, something to comment, man, as we always say. We want y'all to be part of the conversation. You hear me? Reviewing that at gmail.com. You prefer we review it. Anything you want to talk about, let us know. If you have any questions that you want to holler at for Acting Wild Black, any industries, insights, anything you want to talk about, let me know because I got some more people coming through. It's that actor guy, Martin Bass Bradford. Find me at Facebook and IMDb at Martin Bass Bradford, but everywhere else at Mr. Bats. Better Mr. Out, you ain't gonna find me. And for this one, man, we signing out.
And it's me, your boy D-Mac. Catch my Instagram at YourDigBrand LLC and hit my website at YourDigBrand.com. You hear me?
Passe Wines, your boy AlphaJo, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the roux. And if you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, you can find me on IG, AlphaJo No E 504, and for sideB 82. We out this bitch. Yeah. Yeti.
And there you have it. Pothead, potty mouth podcasters. Oh.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah, chillin' on the couch, hand on my pouch, just waking up, watching Homeboy House. Thinking about the day I had to press rewind, play. When I say being a doctor was my goal, ambition, thing I wanted to be. Until I learned the work that it took, and I would be in infinite debt. Then I imagine myself 80 years old, dead with debt over my head. Too much doubt, gotta go another route. Once I got on the music, I ain't never getting out. I envision my life and how I'ma live it out. Kids and a wife, I hope I figure it out. So until then, rule 10, gotta wrap it up, cause life moves on even if we get stuck. So I turn back on the tube, now I'm on the cool, watching set it off, wishing I would make moves. The Tipo was a fool, but the blues, it will hit ya. So you stay inside so them bullets might miss ya. You can get your issue any single day, make beats at my home so I never fade away. Learning notes and keys, I gotta sit alone. I used to pray to God, but we don't get along. Preachers and believers trying to turn me around, but I should still be proud even if I'm not down with G.O.D. My real F-A-T-H-E-R, not in my vision of tomorrow. He's still living, never forgiving. I order, try and get along, but twice he ran alone, so now I stand alone. But I ain't lonely. Wheat, cheese, and turkey used to be baloney. Smart kid growing up, but that in an instant. Winning every day, see my past in the distance. I don't regret a thing, cause I love my existence. Kinda militant, but that's just sentiments from living this life. Still got an open mind. People surprised I never been shot or did time. Step out on the porch, nothing never changed. Stuttering Jerome, old girl, what's her name? There go old Missy. Look at Miss Barbara and the lady who made the frozen cups daughter. Yeah, I got smarter. Learned from the dumb, been in my own lane. Just never had my own drums. Used to rap about clapping, they never had a gun. I was just imitating, but with a little patience, I'm 3 years ahead of my time and stimulating for me to imagine what would have happened if I was saving like every week. Cause living off pennies ain't sweet, it's bitter. You can be my nigga, but they don't mean that you fam. Trust is like putting a loaded 48 in the hand of a woman or a man who got ulterior plans. Now you're looking at your casket, the invisible man. Cars and the glam and entertainers demand. Isn't what I need, have me like Joe Queen, Phoenix. I'd rather never have an image, but shout out to the ladies in Jits who ever did it. I ain't a known rapper, but I represent it. Up on the track, New Orleans to the ending. Looking at a picture, the past feels near, but I'm living in the now when she sold last year. Gotta go to work, do I wanna go to sleep? Been up all night with this beat on repeat. But life don't wait and money don't make itself. I need stability, but what I want is wealth.